sky. Let eagle cry from mountain high, the never-ending watchword of our nation. Now behold this gem of all, the wonder of the western sky, the emblem of the brave and true, the flag of our liberty, flag of our destiny. Red and white, a starry blue stream out of the banner so high. Every heart will sing a part as all across the land we raise our voices far and near for all to hear the echo of a chorus grand. Every heart will swell with pride to sing of our liberty, sing of our destiny, as with joy we now extol the flag waving over the land.
Let us all hail the flag in one accord. Let us cheer it with fervent elation. It's the flag of the martyrs gone before. It's the flag of flags, the banner of our nation. It's a beacon for all who share our dream of a new day without domination. It's the hope of the peoples that are now oppressed, and a symbol of their own emancipation. Hooray for the flag of the free, may it wave as our standard forever, the gem of the land and the sea, ever hoisted.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are here live in the GLR Gymnasium, here to bring you the varsity action for the girls matchup and the boys following. It's a doubleheader tonight here at George Little Rock with Okoboji Pioneers from Milford, Iowa. Craig Johnson here alongside Kenny Schilling. And Kenny, we're in for a treat tonight.
Yeah, it should be a good game tonight. Both teams are off to a good start, and both would like to have a good win in the Siouxland Conference.
So when we're looking at the key matchups tonight in this girls' game, we're looking at a scouting report here. What do you think we need to be looking for tonight as this game unfolds?
Well, I think we need to go with our strengths. We've got some larger girls. We need to get the ball inside and get the inside-outside game working. If Keeley Cruz can hit some outside shots, that opens up the middle, and so hopefully the girls down low can have success as well.
Yeah, last Tuesday night, Keeley Cruz had some early success with a couple of quick threes, and that opened things up for the down low game. They did have a bit of a challenge with that first half last game, but they really had a great third quarter, which really made the game exciting. Kept everybody holding their breath a few times. That was quite a game.
Yeah, without a doubt. We definitely had a slow start, and Sibley Ocheyedan come out and they played well the first half and made us do a few things differently than we normally like to do. And I think Coach made some adjustments at halftime and probably told the girls, hey, we need to do what we do best. And they come out and really played intensive defense the third quarter and got the ball down low and hit some outside shots both, and and just kind of set up for the good finish for the game.
Yeah, I think that defensive intensity is what really paved their way here to the success in the last game.
Yeah, and that's something that we need to do all the time, because we are a good, quick team and a pressing team, and I think all year long you're going to see a lot of pressure from our girls.
Yeah, now that's the something of interest here with the Okoboji Pioneer girls. They have 4 freshmen suited for varsity, and there's a note here in the coaches' notes to be prepared for the rookies. They're very intense. They had a lot of success in their previous season, and they're hungry for the next level of basketball. I think we can really attest to that. I was here for the freshman girls game, and they've got a lot of talent on that freshman girls team as well. And so they are definitely a team to watch. And the coaches are training our GLR girls to be looking out for that hustle, that intensity, and that talent.
No doubt. They do have some good freshman girls, and they got some freshman girls that suit up for varsity. But I think we really need to turn the pressure up like we did the second half against Sibley Ocheyedan. Varsity basketball is definitely different than a freshman basketball game, so I think maybe the girls can get after them, maybe rattle them up a little bit.
Now, if you would, Kenny, tell us a little bit about a couple of their key players that we'll be watching out for on Okoboji.
Okay, one of their key players is a senior, Skylar Hansen. She averaged double figures last season and was one of their better rebounders, especially on the offensive boards. She's very aggressive, moves very well, and she's a big shot blocker too. So we need to stay after her, and make sure we box out on her and get a body on her at all times. And she kind of has a tendency to go for the ball fake or the head fake a little bit. So, we need to work her over a little bit.
Now that the other main threat here is that Taylor, right? Is that number 15?
Abby Taylor. She's a junior.
She's a junior this year. Another one of their leading scorers back from last year.
And she likes to really drive the ball, and but she's not afraid to stop and pop a shot now and then too. So they need to be aware of her presence on the court at all times.
Okay. Well, we've got a little over 8 minutes left before tip-off. We're going to take a short break and have you hear from our sponsor, Ben's Plumbing and Repair. We'll be back after a few minutes here.
Ben's Plumbing and Repair in Little Rock is a full-service, licensed plumbing contractor. Whether you're working on a brand new construction site, a remodel, or just need some repairs on existing plumbing for residential or commercial property, Ben's Plumbing and Repair is who to call at 712-348-5555. Ben even has a camera that can detect plumbing problems and diagnose issues from the inside of your pipes. See a great video of Ben Eikens, the owner of Ben's Plumbing and Repair, on our sponsor page, and give him a call at 712-348-5555. That's Ben's Plumbing and Repair in Little Rock. Corner Service in Little Rock is the place to go for all your vehicle maintenance needs. From oil changes to overhauls, get a set of new tires or even wiper blades to help with visibility. Let the professionals at Corner Service keep your vehicles running smoothly all year long. Their service station is located at 415 Main Street in Little Rock, and they can be reached by phone at 712-479-2794. That's Corner Service, Main Street in Little Rock, 479-2794.
Well, we're back here in the GLR gym. We're getting set for the first half of a doubleheader. Men's and women's games. I guess we'll have a tip-off in a little over 7 minutes here. It's Craig Johnson here alongside Kenny Schilling to bring you the action tonight. And we're still thinking back to that last game last Tuesday night that turned into a barn burner at the end there. And I think it was that third quarter where there was a 12-point swing in the score. That hustle on defense, that incredible spark that Sandbolt provided that kept us in the game, and then everyone sort of rallied around that hustle.
Yeah, I believe we outscored them 19-7, if I'm not mistaken, in that third quarter. And, got us back up on top with the lead going into the final quarter. And, we played fairly even the fourth quarter. It was kind of it was a close game the rest of the way. And fortunately, our girls put some free throws in down the stretch that helped keep that cushion.
Yeah, that was exemplary basketball. And I think the hustle had to really be commended as far as the defense side of the ball. They really it didn't all go exactly as planned.
No, and it never does.
But it certainly made it for an interesting game. It was entertaining, and the crowd was into it, and it was just good conference basketball.
Yeah, exactly. It was Siouxland Conference basketball. Good, tight, close game. What I was pleased to see was when we come out in the third quarter and really turned up the defensive intensity, I didn't see any kind of a letdown, like, say, toward the middle of the fourth quarter, like the girls had kind of burned themselves out. They all look very fresh yet, so you got to give the coaching staff credit for having the girls in shape and ready to go the full game.
Yeah, that conditioning really, I've said it already once, but I think it's mainly because I'm hungry. Keep saying it saved our bacon.
I hear you.
But I think that conditioning really paid off, and like you said, kept us in the game all the way through to the final buzzer. And that could have gone so many different ways for both teams.
Yeah, and it wasn't like it was that Sibley Ocheyedan was not in condition, because they were, but
they were.
We just had to turn it up to another level, and we stayed there.
Yeah, I think that was really the key to that game, and I think that was part of the coaching strategy, is to try to get them to turn the ball over. And for our girls to turn the ball over, less than that,
That's
and
exactly
make some
right.
conversions.
That's exactly right.
I think that first half there were some steal opportunities or turnover opportunities, but the conversion rate was very low. And I think, hindsight being what it is, I think we could say that there was a lid on the basket for a good part of that first half.
Yeah, and a little bit is a possibility of nerves. That they'd had some scrimmages, and they did have a jamboree in Marcus last Friday night, which really doesn't count toward the regular season. But so yeah, when you come out and first game against Sibley, they knew they were going to be, a fairly solid ball club. So they might have had a few jitters, right off the bat with the big Siouxland Conference game.
Yeah. Well, it never ceases to amaze me how the simple game of basketball can bring out a crowd, and it's a good turnout showing up so far. We got about 3.5 minutes till tip-off. We're going to take another short break and introduce you to a few more of our sponsors. Thanks a lot for listening to the GLR Radio Network.
As a man of the land, you ask yourself tough questions, like, if my auger could talk, what might he say? And as a man of truth and wisdom, I can tell you that when called upon, your auger might say something like, "Gee, it sure is a nice day to move some grain there, or I'm about to shoot some grain into that bin over there." Now you ask, why does my auger sound like a Royal Mountie? Well, that's because there's a chance you bought it from some fancy outfit in Canada. That's right, you may have unintentionally outsourced a piece of equipment that sits at the center of your operation, that transports your most precious cargo. Canada, a country that is not America. Now you know. And now, next time, you get it right. Because Sudengay Industries manufactures the world-class Ox Portable Auger right here in America's heartland, George, Iowa. Ox Portable Augers from Sudengay. There's work to do.
The Ox.
Mustang Plumbing and Heating provides heating services and repair on furnaces, water heaters, and plumbing. Speaking of water heaters, Brandon and his crew replaced our water heater last winter for us, and the prompt and thorough service he and his team provided was very much appreciated. And now we have a water system that provides much more hot water much longer, which is a very important thing in our family. Contact Brandon Cruz for your plumbing and heating needs. That's Mustang Plumbing and Heating, 101 Main Street in George, 475-2661.
Well, we're a little over 1:45 to tip off here. You can hear in the background the GLR pep band warming up the crowd. It's time again. It's basketball season, Kenny.
It sure is. It's exciting time.
I know that I have a daughter that's on the freshman team, and she said, I'm going to go to school and ask if there's any more activities I can be in. It's just not enough stuff going on.
Yeah, well, that's great. That's good. That's a good attitude to have.
Yep. Well, we will be watching for the starting lineups here and making your night complete as we can introduce that. We're just at a minute point here. You can hear the school song playing. We'll introduce the starting lineups right after that. We'll let you enjoy the GLR pep band. those of you just tuning in, Craig Johnson alongside Kenny Schilling. We're announcing the GLR versus Okoboji girls varsity game tonight, right here from GLR Gymnasium in George, Iowa. We've got number 15 starting for Okoboji, that's Abby Taylor. We've got 21, Skylar Hansen. We've got number 23, that's Olivia Albright. Number 25, Shaylin Adams. And rounding out the starting lineup is number 35, Darby Jones. And now for the GLR Mustangs, Keely Cruz, a senior, number 14. Abby Eben, a senior, number 20. Jessica Sandbold, a junior. She's wearing number 22 tonight. Number 30, Taylor Carstensen, a senior. And Danielle Eben, sophomore, number 32. And the head coach for GLR Mustangs, Heather Grafing, assisted by Jenna Noble, Patrice Peters. Going to have the national anthem at this time. GLR pep band under the direction of Miss Smith. And we have 8 minutes on the clock. We're about to have the opening tip-off. Exciting times, exciting times. Here we go.
Game number 2 in the Siouxland Conference for the girls, and game number 1 for the boys coming up later.
Tell that Coach Grafing is reinforcing the game plan there. You can see that they're acknowledging with their heads. They know what they're supposed to do tonight. Let's see if they can execute the plan they've been working on since last Tuesday.
Well, let's hope so.
Well, they did have a holiday in there. They did have a few chances to practice. But we'll see. Both teams are in the same boat as far as that goes. So let's see how this goes tonight.
Yeah, they did have a scrimmage on Saturday, so they scrimmaged a couple, I think, Western Christian and somebody else. So they did get a little basketball in this weekend.
And Carstensen and Jones in the center tip. Okoboji controlled that tip. So we're over here on the top of the key. That's Hansen with it to Albright down the baseline, a long pass to the far corner. That's Abby Taylor. Shot up, no good. It's a good rebound. Danielle Eben in the mix there. Came down with it. Jessica Sandbolt brings it across the timeline. Keely Cruz far wing. Sandbolt tries a skip pass, but it's tipped. Stolen away by Okoboji. Nice lane pass there and a little mini hook, left-handed, but no good. Sandbolt controls the rebound. She was looking ahead, but thought better of it. Keely Cruz tries a three. No good. That's Darby Jones with the rebound. Gets it to Abby Taylor. Brings it across the timeline for Okoboji. 7 minutes left in the period. 0-0 is the score. There's a free throw, turnaround jumper. It's Skylar Hansen. Turns and hits a 2-pointer there. First points of the ball game. Keely Cruz down in the corner to Carstensen. She's kind of dribbles down the baseline, gets a skip pass. Abby Eben, far left side, no good. Rebound into the hands of the Pioneers. They're bringing it across. There's a three-pointer up and no good. Rebound Danielle Eben. Skylar Hansen tried a three. Sandbolt now for Mustangs brings it across the timeline over to the right wing. Abby Eben down to Carstensen. She's got two defenders on her. Leaves somebody open. Sandbolt gets a skip pass to Abby Eben. Back out top of the key to Keely Cruz. And now to Sandbolt to reset the offense. They're trying the right wing this time. Carstensen down on the right. Nice pass into the center to Danielle Eben. Goes up for a shot. She is fouled. The shot is no good, but she'll be shooting free throws.
Fouls on Abby Taylor, her first.
So we're underway, 5:52 in the first period, 2-0 for Okoboji. Danielle Eben now shooting two for the Mustangs. First shot up and off the rim, no good. Second one on the way now. That one's no good. Sandbolt snuck in there to try to... Oh, we've got an interruption there. Keely Cruz came right where the opponent was turning and caused a turnover.
Good hustle by Keely on that play.
It's a setup play to Danielle Eben down to the bounce pass. Falls short of the goal and it's stolen away out of there by the Pioneers. We're down here. Oh, it's a tough pass to Skylar Hansen. It's no good. Sandbolt takes it down, misses a layup, but Carstensen's there to clean up the layup and puts it in for two. We're tied at 2-2, 5:24 to go in the first period. Mustangs trapping right at the half-court mark. Oh, and it's good defense by Eben. Danielle Eben with a steal, but it gets bounced back out to
Abby Taylor.
Abby Taylor. Hits a three out there on the left wing, so it's 5-2 Okoboji. Sandbolt now brings it across to Abby Eben. Back to Sandbolt. She's going to try an in-pass to Danielle Eben. To Keely Cruz, who answers with a three of her own. It's a good-looking shot there.
That was nice.
She was open and got hit in the open and had time to set and hit that thing. 4:43 left in the first period. Long pass to wide open Skylar Hansen. She misses the shot. And Shaylin Adams commits a foul there on the rebound. I believe Danielle Eben came down with that rebound and was fouled in the process. 5-5 the score, 4:37 in the first period. We're going to have Taya Graham come in for Abby Eben. Sandbolt, kind of the court general right now, along with Keely Cruz, Taya Graham, Taylor Carstensen, Danielle Eben for the Mustangs. Keely tries an in-pass to Carstensen, and there's a pile-up, and we've got a foul.
Okoboji girls they're really hustling right now.
They're making those passes really tough. We're going to have to see some real crisp passing and meeting the ball in order for those passes to succeed. There's another foul over the back. Carstensen came to meet that pass, but that was Darby Jones. Reached over her back and fouled her from behind. That's her first foul, isn't it?
That's her first.
Taya Graham inbounding it to Keely Cruz. Top of the key to Sandbolt. She's going to be called for a walk. She moved just before she dribbled.
Little stutter step.
Yep. Okoboji now bringing it in. We've got kind of a slow-moving game, actually. It's not a lot of running, but Mustangs are trying to play some tenacious defense here. Looks like they're still in a man defense. There's a screen and a backdoor pass. That was a good play, well executed.
Yeah, little give and go.
Give and go to Skylar Hansen. Nice layup there. 7-5, Okoboji in the lead. 3:50 left on the clock. Nice skip pass to Carstensen. Open under the basket. Before she can complete that shot, she's fouled. She'll be at the line shooting 2. It was a good skip pass across the court there.
Fouls on number 13, Emily Wentz. She's a freshman, one of the freshmen that we talked about earlier.
Carstensen's first free throw, nothing but net. We're going to have Mariah Terhart come in for Danielle Eben. Mariah's one of our freshman girls. Taylor Carstensen still at the line. Second free throw on the way. And that is good. 7-7. 3:47 left on the clock in the first period. It's between the GLR Mustangs and Okoboji Pioneers. Okoboji gets it across the timeline. It's a pass to 13. That's Wentz. Out to 15. Tries a 3. That's Abby Taylor. The shot's no good. Taya Graham with the rebound. Controls it to Sandbolt. Sandbolt's going to be called for a...
Carrying the ball, I believe.
For a carry. I think she had pretty intense defense on her. And that ball jumped a little higher than she wanted there.
Yep.
Okoboji now with the ball. Abby Taylor driving down the left side down to Megan Pichon. Pretty nice layup from the left side. I don't have the height on her, but she's clearly one of the taller players that they've got on the floor right now.
Yeah, and she's just a freshman.
That ball was on the far end of the court over here. We're going from right to left if you're a Mustang. And on the far end, that ball was batted out of bounds. We're back in play now. Keely Cruz on the far end. Taya Graham in the middle of the lane had a shot. A good look there, but it didn't go for her. Emily Wentz took some contact and fell down. Here's a nice skip pass to Keely Cruz up ahead on a fast break, and she makes it. Tied up at 9. Okoboji bringing it across. They're trapped in the corner there. Good defense by the Mustangs. But there's that Pichon again. She's got a nice open shot. Doesn't fall for her. Good rebound by Keely Cruz there in the corner. Now it's across to Taya Graham on the left wing. Good cut to Keely Cruz. Nice pass. Taylor Carstensen there for the rebound. Has it stripped away. Gets it somehow to Jessica Sandbolt. We've got a pile of bodies in the lane, and Okoboji comes out with it. With Abby Taylor leading the charge. Gets it to Emily Winch. Shot up no good. There's a jump ball. That's going to be Mariah Terhark and Megan Pichon. Both had their hands on it.
That'll be George Little Rock's ball with alternating possession.
Minute 50 left. We're tied at 9. Danielle Eben coming back in for Mariah Terhark. Some good minutes there from Terhark as a freshman. She's playing good basketball.
That's always good to see. If you can get a freshman to help out like that with some quality minutes now and then, that really helps the rest of the team out.
Taya Graham tries a 3, no good, but Taylor Carstensen with a follow. That's the first lead for the Mustangs, I believe. That's 11-9, a minute 30 left. Okoboji breaks the pressure, gets down into the lane, and we're going to have a
reach-in foul, I believe.
Yep. That's on Sandbolt.
That's her first, and that's the team's first.
We're going to have Abby Eben come in, give Jessica Sandbolt some relief there. Okoboji now running a play. They've got it on their left baseline, and that move was too good for the player. That's Megan Pichon. She's called for a travel. Eben now into Cruz for the Mustangs. Back to Abby Eben across the timeline. Back to Keely Cruz into Danielle Eben. Cruz, Abby Eben, skip pass to Mariah Terhart. Somehow she got back into the roster. I didn't see her get back into the game.
I think she just come in for Taylor Carstensen. That was good hustle by the Mustangs there to track that loose ball down.
Got the rebound. Taya Graham got a shot blocked by Pichon, but in the ensuing hustle there by Abby Eben, she came out of there with it. Back to Keely Cruz, open for a three, and she, in and out. That was very close to going down. Oh, and a nice baseball pass, three-quarter court down to, is that 23?
Abby Taylor, 15.
15 hit that. Good shot, good pass, and a good shot. Tied it up at 11. We're 18 seconds left in the first period. Mustangs running it around the horn here. Keely Cruz into Mariah Terhart, skips it out to Abby Eben. She's going to try a little runner. Doesn't hit it, but she gets her own rebound, goes up into the trees there and gets fouled. That's Pichon called for the foul.
That's her first.
She was, Abby Eben was in between Pichon and Darby Jones, both
she was in amongst the trees there.
I think she did a good thing just to not try to bring it down, but to go right back up with it, so that rewarded her with 2 free throws. She hits the first, 12-11. Second one up and no good, 4.7 on the clock. Okoboji's going to try a full court shot. He actually hit the backboard.
Hit the backboard.
It's a commendable effort from the other end of the court. A little better than 3/4 of the way. So while we have a short break, we're going to come back after this message from Otter Valley Insurance.
Farmers, are your 2013 profits protected from bad weather? The extreme weather of this past growing season is in the rearview mirror, but now you need to plan for next season. Otter Valley Insurance in George now offers total weather insurance, providing coverage against drought, excess moisture, heat stress, and fall freeze. And the program pays out automatically when bad weather hits. That means no paperwork and no adjuster coming out to your farm. Call Otter Valley Insurance at 712-475-3325 to learn more and get a free quote today. That's Otter Valley Insurance in George, 475-3325.
Well, after the first quarter, what do we have for any noteworthy statistics, Kenny?
Well, Taylor Carstensen right now is leading GLR with 6 points, and Keeley has 5, and Skylar Hansen has 4, and Emily Wentz has 5 for Okoboji.
So we're underway here. Okoboji with the ball across the timeline. They're running through their offense. It's good defense there by the Mustangs. Stifle that pass inside. This is Abby Taylor now right into the lane. Gets it over to Olivia Albright. Tries a pass inside, and it goes right past the player out of bounds. So Mustangs will have the ball. 7:30 left in the second quarter. Keely Cruz skip pass to Abby Eben. Tries a bounce pass, but there's too many hands in the way. It's stolen out of there by the Pioneers. Taylor and Albright in for the Pioneers, exchanging passes. There's a three-pointer, rattles around at home.
They call it a 2.
Oh, she must have been just stepping on the line. That's Abby Taylor. Sandville now across the timeline for the Mustangs. Out to Keely Cruz on the far right wing. She brings it to the middle. There's a bit of racket in the stands because the crowd could all see that Taylor Carstensen was wide open, but they couldn't get it to her.
Yep, didn't see it in
she
time.
She did get the the ball. She tried a left-handed layup, but it was very well defended. The shot did not go. So Albright now in the middle. Shaylin Adams, and then Abby Taylor tries a shot, doesn't fall, but she gets her own rebound. She brings it right back to the center. Free throw line right side, no good. Gets her own rebound again, no good. There's a good pass ahead from Taylor Carstensen on the rebound to Keely Cruz. A nice easy layup.
Nice pass, nice lead pass.
Nice to see a little bit of a fast break now and then. It's 14-13 Mustangs. 6 minutes left in the first half. Abby Taylor, center court, gets it into the free throw line, out to the right wing, back inside. Gonna have a foul committed there. Looks like Carstensen for a push on that inside play.
That's her first.
Darby Jones bringing it in for the Pioneers underneath their own basket. There's a pass stolen out of there by Jessica Sandbolt. And she looks for a fast break and threw it over the left shoulder of Abby Eben, but she was looking right at the time.
Yep, so she led her just a little bit too far.
There's a good steal, Danielle Eben into Sandbolt, into the lane, and a nice
job
conversion there. That's a good takeaway and a conversion. 16-13. There's that hounding defense that the Mustangs have been determined to put on here. Well, that was that press was broken by was that Taylor that brought it in? She got fouled along the way there, Abby Taylor.
Yeah, and the foul was on Jessica Sandbolt, and that is her second.
There's a bounce pass in, and it defended well. Rebound by Danielle Eben, and she's fouled on the rebound. Is that on 35?
35.
Darby
Jones, and that's her second.
So we're getting into that critical time when you get 2 or 3 fouls. It starts to get pretty rough this early in the game. Keely Cruz now bringing it across. Gets it to Taya Graham on the right wing. Drives it inside. Nice shot. A good rebound there by Taylor Carstensen. And the putback is good. Carstensen having a good game here early on.
Yeah, good solid game going so far.
And a steal by Taylor Carstensen. Nice pass ahead from Keely Cruz to Abby Eben. Wow, it was almost a steal there.
That was good hustle by the Okoboji to get back on that.
Abby Taylor called for the reach. Just about picked her pocket on that. We're going to have a timeout here. Okoboji coach Abby Goodluckson wants to talk things over. We're going to be right back after this short break.
This is Craig Manson, branch manager of Security Savings Bank in George. Now is a great time to stop in and discuss our 2013 crop loans. We can help you make sound decisions about your farming operation for the upcoming year. I grew up on a farm and understand the challenges and benefits that go along with farming. I will take time to understand your unique farm operation and the situations you face. Our loans are approved locally by people you know. For help with your farm loans, count on Security Savings Bank of Larchwood, Inwood, George, and Canton. Member FDIC.
We're back to live action here. Abby Eben bringing the ball in underneath GLR's own basket. Nice long pass out to Taya Graham. Drives it in, shoots it from the free throw line. No good. The ball's out of bounds. Abby Eben saves it in, and Okoboji on a runner there. Megan Pichon is blocked by Carstensen ahead to Keely Cruz now on the rebound. It's a nice pass into her on the left lane. No good. Gets her own rebound from a tip from Danielle Eben and is fouled on that putback attempt. It's 18-13 in favor of the GLR Mustangs. 4:20 left in the first half.
That was a good job by Taylor by staying with her shot and staying after the ball there and got an offensive rebound.
Her first free throw's on the way, and it is good. It looks like she's been practicing those free throws. She's got a very good confident stroke there.
Yeah, 3 for 3 tonight so far.
Mia Graham coming in for her older sister, Taya. Mia's a freshman on the GLR squad. Taylor Carson's second free throw up and on the way, and it is good. 4:20 left, 20 to 13 is the score in favor of GLR. GLR putting the press on. They're going to try to force those turnovers. Abby Taylor gets it into Skylar Hansen and gets it taken away by Danielle Eben. Abby even bringing it up. Oh, it's too hard of a pass. It goes over the head of Keely Cruz. The right idea. She had Keely Cruz open on the far wing there.
It was a good job by Danielle Eben. That girl stuck the ball right in her face, and she just took it right away from her.
Got good hustle on the defensive end here for the Mustangs. Okoboji did break the press there. Another good rebound. Danielle Eben brings it down. She picked up her dribble early, but she got a pass to Keely Cruz. Now on to Abby Eben. Back to Keely Cruz. Mia into Danielle Eben. Nice turnaround jumper, and that's up and good. That's a good offensive series there.
That was a good-looking shot.
You can tell that this defensive pressure has the...
There's another turnover.
Keely Cruz. Oh! She got mugged on the way up the lane there for that.
I think that was a little bit of a frustration foul.
I think so.
That was on Abby Taylor. That's her second.
Keely Cruz with a good open lane to the basket, but she got clobbered. She's on the free throw line for the first of two, and the first one's up and good. So we're at 23-13. Danielle Eben's going to get a quick break. Mariah Terhark in for her. Got a substitution on the Okoboji side. That's Adams in for Albright. Keely Cruz now second free throw. And that one's up and no good. Rebound is Skylar Hansen. We've got Natalie Delaney in now for Okoboji. And a left-hand mini hook there.
She shot that several times tonight, that little mini hook. It just hasn't worked for her yet, but yeah, it's a tough shot to block if you can get it to work.
No, I think Mia lost control of the ball, and she had a frustration foul as the possession went to the other squad there. She's called for a reach, but she probably did save a layup.
Yep.
So
that was her first foul and the team's fourth.
You take your lumps when you have to, and I think she realized she had to do something there. Okoboji gets it across the timeline. 2:50 left in the first half. It's Abby Taylor with a free throw jump shot. And that did not fall for her. But Skylar Hansen with the rebound, and she's fouled. So she is at the line. We've got 5 team fouls against the Mustangs and 8 against Okoboji. First free throw's up and no good. It rattles off the rim.
That was Mia Graham with the foul. That is her second.
It's 2 quick fouls on Mia. Looks like Taya's going to come back in. Mia's got a lot of basketball talent.
Second free throw is good.
A lot of minutes here this season. Pass ahead to Danielle Eben. Now a nice pass, lays it off to Abby Eben. And it rattles around some feet, and it goes off of Abby's foot. So it's going to belong to the Pioneers. They're taking it out under their own basket. Natalie Delaney to inbounds the ball. That was a lob pass that should not have connected. Wow, that was a hard foul. The foul is on
Abby Eben.
Abby.
That's her first.
That's Emily Wentz had an open layup, and she got clobbered from behind. 23 to 14. Her first free throw is good. It's amazing how these players can get up after they skid to a stop like that. I think if that was you and I out there, we might be talking a little more.
Some of them hit the floor pretty hard.
We might have a couple minutes of chatting before we went to the free throw line.
Yep,
that was you and I.
Second free throw's up and good.
Shot over to Taya Graham. It's no good at Danielle even there. Mariah Terhart. So they rattled it around the rim and the backboard. Mariah Terhart with the putback got it to go. 25-16. 2 minutes left in the period. Abby Taylor waving her teammates on. She's got this, she says, and she gets it ahead. Nice pass to Skylar Hansen. She's open. Hansen's shoe came off after that layup went in. So they're going to quick stop the play and let her put it back on. 25-18, a minute 53 left in the first half.
Looks like Okoboji's putting a little pressure on of their own.
Now,
and it worked.
They have got another shot to go. Was that Wentz again?
That was Emily Wentz.
She's really playing hustle D. Maddie DeBeer in a pile of three Pioneers, and she comes out of there without the ball. The Pioneers have got it. They missed the shot. We get a nice pass down into Natalie Delaney, but it goes out of bounds. Carsonson in now for Terhart. And Maddie DeBeer sits down as well. Okoboji with the ball, minute 24 to go, 25-20 in favor of the Mustangs. Okoboji, nice skip pass across to Delaney. She tries a layup, no good, but she's fouled. That foul is against.
That was against Danielle Eben. That's her first. Both teams in the bonus now.
Natalie Delaney, first free throw rattles off, no good. Minute 15 left, 25-20 in favor of the Mustangs. First half, minute 15. Second free throw up, and that's nothing but net. High arching free throw goes in. Keely Cruz now with the ball. She's going to try to break the press. Taya Graham gets a pretty good catch right at the half-court mark there. Minute left. Okoboji comes out of there with the rebound. And they're going to try their hand here against the Mustang defense. It's a backdoor cut. Taya Graham with the rebound along with Taylor Carsonson. She's bringing it up. She's asking for some help. And then she's got it. Abby Eben left side. Cruz, Taya Graham, right side. Skip pass to Keely Cruz. Little hesitation in her determination there. That's going to be called for a walk, a travel.
The passing lane she was going to throw the ball to kind of closed up, and she just kind of took that little hop and tried to pull it back in, and that usually don't work.
Here's Emily Wentz now down to Shaylin Adams from the left side, and she has a nice 10-foot jumper.
Down to a 2-point lead.
Turnover back to Okoboji. They've got 15 seconds. There's a pass in. Oh, there's a three-pointer. No good. Emily Wentz with the rebound. She's fouled. She's fouled by Taya Graham, I believe. 5 seconds left on the clock, and she's going to be at the free throw line shooting 2. That was Taya Graham on the ball.
Yeah, and that was her first.
First free throw on the way. Wentz bounces high and off the back of the heel of the rim and goes in. 25-24, 5.3 on the clock. Chance to tie it right here, and does. Carsonson gets a long pass and stolen away by Okoboji. They're going to try a three at the half and hits it at the half.
Abby Taylor.
Quite a shot by Taylor. Quite a turn of events here because the Mustangs had a handy lead there for a bit of this quarter. But Okoboji comes on with a strong rally here to end the first half. We'll be back right after this message from our sponsor.
Wondering where you'll find cash for holiday gifts? Bank locally and shop locally with help from Frontier Bank and Holiday Bucks. Apply today for your no-interest loan, then purchase your holiday gifts. Get a new washer and dryer, replace old tires on your vehicle, purchase gas cards, or pay off your doctor or dentist bills. Use your Holiday Bucks at any participating merchant in George, Little Rock, and Rock Rapids. See a loan officer for more details on a no-interest Holiday Bucks loan. One more way Frontier Bank and you help the community prosper. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Dykstra Chiropractic in George provides chiropractic services to relieve pain and stress and to help people live a happy, healthy life. Dr. Krista Dykstra works with children and adults to do chiropractic adjustments and uses a painless activator method in ultrasound. Her office hours are Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 8:30 to 5, and Tuesday afternoons along with Thursday mornings. Call for an appointment or information at 712-475-3990. Learn the power of prevention and make great health a cinch. Visit Dykstra Chiropractic on North Main Street in George, 475-3990. Country Boutique in Rock Rapids is a full-service floral shop with everything you'd need from a romantic bouquet to home or office decorating for any season. They have an impressive selection of gift items for every budget, a framing gallery for photographs or paintings and memorabilia, a formal wear specialty store for weddings and proms and other formal occasions, and much, much more. Get an instant coupon worth $5 that you can use on your next visit by texting CB Flowers to 72727. Again, just text CB Flowers to 72727 and an instant coupon worth $5 off a qualifying purchase will be sent straight to your phone. That's the Country Boutique in Rock Rapids, Iowa, 712-472-3668. You're listening to the GLR Radio Network.
Well, we're at halftime here at GLR Gymnasium. 7 minutes to go before the second half tip-off. And Kenny, we've had quite a turn of events in that second quarter for Okoboji.
Yeah, Okoboji kind of put a little press on of their own there with about 3 or 3.5 minutes to go, and really got it to work there toward the end. And I believe they outscored us 12-0 to end that second quarter.
Yeah, that's the same kind of turnaround that GLR had to put on in the last game to come out of a dark hole. This is a little closer matchup here at halftime. It's a 3-point lead for Okoboji Pioneers, and they are to be commended for that full court press. They really made some stuff happen there, and they converted. They didn't just take the ball away; they converted into a lot of layups.
Right. That was a nice little flurry for the Pioneers to end that first half, and it all ended with a big 3-point shot at the buzzer. So
that's just how you draw it up on the chalkboard if you were trying to coach that.
That's exactly right.
Pioneers ought to be commended for that rally in the second quarter. That is exactly what the threat assessment was, that Hansen and Taylor both are playing well for Okoboji. You want to recap a little bit of the scoring from the first half?
Sure. As far as Okoboji goes, their leading scorer right now is this Abby Taylor that hit the 3 at the buzzer to end the first half. She has 10 points. Skylar Hansen has 7, and Emily Wentz, one of the freshmen, has 6, and Shaylin Adams, another freshman, has 2 points. 31, Natalie Delaney has 1, and Megan Pashong, another freshman for them, has 2 points. For the Mustangs, so far they're led by Taylor Karstensen. She has 10 points. Keely Cruz is not far behind. She has 8 points. And Mariah Tahart has 2. Danielle Eben has 2. Jessica Sambold has 2.
So a pretty much a balanced attack from both teams. Both teams have 5 players, and it looks like Okoboji has 6 players with points, or 7. Looks like they might even have 7.
They got 5.
Oh, they both have 5? I'm sorry. I wrote down something wrong here.
Yep. and both teams have 2 players with 2 fouls, so nobody's really in any kind of foul trouble. So,
well, what do you think they're talking over in the huddle there in the halftime locker rooms?
Well, I'm sure as far as the Mustangs go, they just need to take care of the ball with that little press that Okoboji put on. We got a little flustered and made some poor decisions and some poor passes. So if we can just take care of the ball and get it into the front court and do our thing, then I believe we'll be fine.
And I have a feeling that Okoboji coach is saying, hey, let's keep doing what we're doing.
Yeah, if it's working, don't try to fix it, because that served them well there. I just don't know if they're capable of, keeping that kind of pressure up for a whole half. So we'll see if it wears them down toward the end, or if they can sustain that.
Well, we got just a little over 4 minutes till the second half tip-off. Craig Johnson alongside Kenny Schilling. And this is good Siouxland Conference basketball. That's all there is to it.
Oh yeah, and I'm sure both teams coming into this game knew that it was actually, on paper, it's a fairly evenly matched statistic-wise. We figured it wasn't going to be a blowout either way. So, and that's what it's turning out to be so far. Is a good Siouxland Conference game, just like they usually are.
Now this is right out of the predictions here, that Okoboji can really press a full court and a half court press, and they have a lot of hustle, a lot of youth on that squad, and a lot of determination, and I think that really showed through, again, especially in that last half of the second quarter. About that last 3 minutes, they really turned the tables. I think GLR was having some good success with a press of their own, but it seemed like a couple of long passes that got over the top of that, and then there was some difference in how Mustangs could set up that picket fence down there.
Right, and you can't set up your own press if you turn the ball over and give it right back to them, and that was the problem we kind of run into there the last 3 minutes of the first half. Was we were having some trouble getting it into the front court and not being able to put on our own press.
Well, we're about 2 minutes to go here. The teams are coming back out onto the floor to commence their second half warm-ups. We'll be back after this short message.
The Total Stop Food Store is Georgia's hometown grocery store. Not only will you find a complete selection of fresh produce, meats, dairy products, and groceries, but you'll find the kind of excellent friendly service that you'd expect from your hometown grocery store. See the fine, friendly folks at your friendly hometown grocery, the Total Stop Food Store on Main Street in George, 475-2825. That's the Total Stop Food Store in George. The Hair Hut is a full-service hair salon with services from haircuts to color, perms to nails, and more. Angie McConnell is there to help with all your hair care needs at 105 South Main in George. Call her today at 475-3375. A great place for a hair affair, the Hair Hut in George. Warnche's Paint and Body in George, Iowa is your place for high-performance refinishing at its finest. Heath Warnches and his team specialize in collision repair, glass replacement, restoration, towing, and even windshield chip repair. They're located at 103 North Sydney Street in George, Iowa. Call them today, 712-475-3307. That's Warnches Paint and Body in George.
Well, we're back here at the GLR Gymnasium. 30 seconds till the second half tip-off. You can hear the Mustang pep band. You can hear the crowd singing the school song. It's basketball time.
Here we go, second half. I look for the GLR girls to do a similar thing like they did against Sibley. I think Coach is really going to have them come out and play good, intensive defense and try to get the score back into our favor.
Yeah. Do you ever get the feeling that the coach at halftime might say, hey, we've talked about this?
Yeah, we've been here before. It's just, yeah.
Keep your heads
like
about
a broken
you.
record. Yep.
Do it like we did in practice. I'm sure that's probably a repeated theme in a lot of different locker rooms at halftime.
Yep. Mustangs will start the second half with the ball, so hopefully they can get something working right off the bat.
Keely Cruz will inbounds on the far end of the floor into Sandbolt coming across the timeline. She's going to do a 2-foot jump stop and a nice, about a 16-footer there or so, 17 maybe, and hits a nice jumper. Start the half. 28-27, Okoboji across the timeline now, tries a pass. A rebound got aggressively handled by Okoboji. Abby Eben had it taken away from her. They had another shot at it, missed that shot, and Abby Eben now with that rebound. Sandballed into Danielle Eben. Nice play.
Nice look inside.
Right underneath the basket, and that gives the Mustangs a 29-28 lead. 7:19 left in the third period. We've got a call. Keely Cruz, I think, called.
It was
for a
on
foul.
Keely. That's her first. Team's first.
Okoboji bringing it in. They'll have to go the full distance of the court. They're down to the right sideline. A nice pass inside, but the shot's no good.
Good block out by Jessica.
Good rebound. Keely Cruz right side. Brings it across the top of the key. Abby Eben back to Cruz. Sandbolt gonna go back to Cruz. 3-pointer, long one, but it's good. Had to be every bit of 22 feet there.
That was out there.
32-28. 6:40 left in the period. Just about 5 seconds too long there on the inbound, but they do get it in. Olivia Albright with it over to. We've got a steal away there. That was a good pass inside.
Good block and
Darby Jones.
takeaway by Danielle Eben.
Danielle Eben takes it away from Darby Jones. We've got a foul against Shaylin Adams there. That's her second foul.
That is her second. Team's first of the second half.
So Danielle Eben to bring it in. Carstensen down below. Back to Danielle. Turnaround jumper is up and good.
She's feeling confident right now.
Oh, we're going to have an offensive foul called. That is against Abby Taylor.
That's her third.
And,
that hurts the Pioneers because she is definitely their leader.
She's coming out of the game, and she is a little bit hot under the collar there. But that tenacious defense, Keely Cruz, made her pay. Oh, there's a tip off of Olivia Albright. Goes out of bounds in favor of the Mustangs. Abby Eben will bring it in underneath the Mustangs basket. Gets it to Taylor Carstensen, out to Keely Cruz, Jessica Sandbolt, top of the key. Abby Eben, 3-pointer from the left side, no good. Carstensen, she's going to have Olivia Albright over her back, but it goes out of bounds. No foul called, but the Mustangs retain possession. 34-28, 5:52 left. Jessica Sandbolt, right wing, drives it inside. Nice pass again to Danielle Eben, wide open under the basket for a nice layup. That's 6 quick points for Danielle.
That's what the Mustangs needed.
That was the
Okoboji's
spark
calling
that
timeout.
They needed to talk over. We're going to have a timeout here. Okoboji wants to call it, talk things over. They're going to have a full timeout, so we'll be back right after this message.
It's going to be hard for you to ignore this ad, because my voice is incredibly resonant and distinguished. It rings loud and true, and it makes you want to buy one of whatever it is that I am. But honestly, I'd rather you ignore my inspiring vociferations. I'm better when left alone, to do my exceedingly important task, to toil, to labor, to do the work of several hundred automated shovels. I am Ox Portable Auger.
The Ox.
And there's work to do.
I want to say a big thank you to all our sponsors. That was Sudengate Manufacturing, Sudengate.com. You can check out all of their products. One of their biggest new inventions out there is the Ox. It's a major player in the auger game. Check them out at Sudengate.com. Back to live action here. Okoboji bringing the ball in. There's hounding defense. And that is...
and she dribbles it out of bounds, so it's Mustang ball.
Hounded by 2 Mustangs, drives it right out of bounds. Pass into Danielle Eben. Abby Eben, Keely Cruz, Jessica Sandbolt. Nice open look to Taylor Carsonson, and there they have a 10-point lead.
That was nice work, really worked the ball around, nice crisp passes. Ends up with a layup.
Now there's Emily Wentz coming across the other side, drops at about 17-foot jump shot like there's no problems at all. She just hit that like it was nothing. So 38-30. Now that's a nice move by Abby Eben.
Nice little step through, just had to reach just a little bit and didn't have quite enough on for it to go in.
In the ensuing contact, the ball went out of bounds. Okoboji's got it. Emily Wentz bringing it across the timeline. Gets it down to Shaylin Adams for a nice left side 10-foot jumper. Up and good. 38-32 now. 4:54 left in the period. Keely Cruz, top of the key for the Mustangs. Abby Eben, left side. Back to Cruz. Sandbolt sets it at the top of the key. Into Keely Cruz. Nice bounce pass.
Nice job. Nice look.
Taylor Carsonson. She's got to have 14 points now, doesn't she, or more? Taylor's playing really well.
Yeah, 14.
Okoboji. Emily Wentz drives the left side. She's got a hand in her face. Blocked, and the rebound comes down to...
Wow. They call that foul on Abby Eben. Said she was shooting. That's her second.
So we're going to have Shaylin Adams shooting 2. The first one's up and no good. Going to have some substitutions. Taya Graham coming in for Abby Eben. So now we have no Ebens in the game. Usually we have 2. Second free throw's up and good for Shaylin Adams. So that's 40-33. 7-point lead for the Mustangs. 4:15 left in the period. Nice pass into Mariah Terhark. Her shot's no good, but she's fouled along the way. 4:10 left in the period. Terhark going to the line now.
Foul on Megan Pashan. That's her second.
First free throw up and good for Terhark.
You know, we talked about Okoboji having some freshmen that play quality minutes. GLR's got some couple of freshman girls that are playing pretty quality minutes too.
Yeah, I think we are seeing the results of a lot of hard work at a young age there. There's a three-pointer taken by, that's Skylar Hansen. Doesn't hit it. Rebound to Taya Graham. Carsonson, Sandbolt, Keely Cruz right wing, and three-pointer is up and good. It's another 22-footer.
That was another
Taya
one.
Graham.
Another one from downtown.
Taya Graham with a rebound. The
nice little steal there on the inbounds pass.
The layup didn't go, and the tip goes out of bounds off the Mustangs. Emily Wentz has been playing some major quality time for Okoboji. She gets it stolen away by Mariah Terhark.
Freshman on freshman there.
Foul. Those players, I have a feeling if they stay with the sport, they're going to see a lot of each other.
They will see a lot of each other in 4 years.
Oh my goodness. 3.5 minutes to go. 45-33 favor the Mustangs. Skip pass into Keely Cruz, turns it around to Jessica Sandbolt. Three-pointer, right wing, no good. Rebound along. Taya Graham steals it away, but she was headed into the backcourt and is called for a backcourt violation.
Back.
It's a great steal nonetheless and a great hustle.
Yeah, there was nothing she could do about that. Her momentum was definitely going to take her across half court.
I would contend it's still better to do that steal even if you get that call than to let them run with it.
Yep, so. Yeah, that just broke up their momentum and their flow.
Mustangs trying that full court press again. Okoboji gets it inbounds. Natalie Delaney on the right side gets it stolen away. Jessica Sandbolt trying a left side layup. Emily Wentz commits the foul on the shot. So the shot is no good, but there's a foul committed. There'll be 2 free throws taken. Jessica Sandbolt at the line.
That's Emily's second foul.
Sandbolt first free throw on the way. Off the back of the rim, no good. Danielle Eben coming back into the game. Mariah Terhark playing some quality minutes. She's going to take a seat.
Good quality, yeah, good solid minutes.
Playing good fundamental basketball, filling that role very well for the Mustangs. Sandbolt now second free throw on the way. That's good. Hits it with 3:12 left. It's a 13-point lead, 46-33. Taya Graham hounding defense there. She's got a steal, and she is fouled as she gets shoved to the floor after the steal. That's a frustration foul as much as anything, but nonetheless, we're at 6 team fouls now against Okoboji. Danielle Eben will bring it in underneath their Mustang's own basket.
Taya Graham has such quick hands.
There's a nice pass into Sandbolt, but the ball's stolen out of her possession before the shot can get above her head. Okoboji now controlling the ball across the timeline. There's a skip pass to Skylar. Abby Taylor, Skylar Hansen, 2 of the leaders for Okoboji. The look on Abby Taylor's face says she thinks she was fouled there, and she was. it's called a foul.
Foul is on Danielle Eben. That's her second.
First free throw on the way, and that's good. It's a 12-point lead for the Mustangs. Abby Eben coming back into the game. Mariah Terhark coming back in the game as well. Coming in for Taylor Carstensen. Second free throw is up and on the way here. A very fundamental basketball free throw there. She holds the ball in one hand and then turns it around and just guides it subtly with her other hand. Keely Cruz across the timeline gets it swatted away by Albright, out of bounds against Okoboji, so Mustangs will bring it in right here on the near sideline. Sandbolt bounce pass to Keely Cruz, gets it to Terhark after a big hustle. Terhark turns it into Danielle Eben across the top to Abby Eben. Jessica Sandbolt, jump pass over to Keely Cruz. The shot's no good from 3. Abby Eben with the rebound. Tries a bounce pass. Tipped away, gets it back. Sandbolt is knocked down. We're going to have a foul called against Olivia Albright.
That's her first.
So Sandbolt will be going to the line. There's 17 fouls.
Yep, they're in the bonus now, so we'll be shooting 101.
2:01 on the clock. 11-point lead, make that 12. Sandbolt hits the first of a 1-and-1. So she'll be rewarded with the second. Shot up and on the way. And that's good. 2:01 to go in the period here. Mustangs with a 48-35 lead. Okoboji around the horn. Skip pass, another pass to the left wing. They're going to try it inside. Bounce pass. Somehow Skylar Hansen got a hold of that. Tries a layup.
She had two girls on her. She had to try to step through to get to the hoop, and they called her for traveling.
It's fortunate for the Mustangs. There. Keely Cruz. Holding her pivot foot. Spins a couple times. Gets it across to Eben, over to Sandbolt. Back to Eben at the top of the key. Gets it tipped away. Gets it back to Keely Cruz. Three-pointer right side. No good. Good rebound, Danielle Eben. Gets it to Mariah Terhark. Up off the glass. No good. We've just got a sea of people in there with long arms, and they're tying up every shot, but there's no fouls called. Just the height and
tough,
length.
Yep, tough inside basketball. Referees letting them play a little bit, which is I always think is nice to see.
Keely Cruz takes a tough tumble there right in front of the Mustang bench, and it goes out of bounds off of her right there. Okoboji brings it across the timeline. Oh, Keely Cruz with a big hustle, tries to steal. Danielle Eben, I think, will be called for a foul there.
Yep, that'll be her third.
That foul was committed against Skylar Hansen, who was trying the shot. So Skylar Hansen at the free throw line. 53 seconds left in the period. First free throw up and rattles home and good. Got two substitutions in. Karstensen back in and Taya Graham back in for the Mustangs. Second free throw up and no good. Good rebound, Sandbolt comes out of there with it. She's going to cross the timeline. She's going to dribble it into the lane. Tries a pass to Terhark, but it's tipped away. Good defensive play there by Karstensen to stop a free layup. We're going to have, it's a good rebound. Karstensen gets it pocket picked though by Skylar Hansen. Okoboji with the ball and 30 seconds left. Although it goes into the lane, it's tipped away, stolen right out of her hands by Mariah Terhark. But she's going to be called for a foul. Nonetheless, she did stop a free layup there. Just took the ball right out of Hansen's hands. First free throw up and good. Rattles it home. Hansen doesn't seem too rattled by the pressure, but
no, she's one of Okoboji's seniors, and you can tell she's kind of like taking control here, trying to get her team back into the thick of things.
Second free throw's up, no good. Mustangs bring it across the timeline under the direction of Sandbolt. Abby Eben over to Taya Graham's going to drive it down the right side. Nice bounce pass into Karstensen. And she tries a layup, but she's tied up during the shot by Skylar Hansen.
That'll be Okoboji's ball.
Possession arrow, definitely a factor there. Okoboji bringing it in. 7 seconds left. They're going to have to hustle to get something done here. Nice pass inside. Nice shot at the buzzer. And she does hit it. That's a great pass to Skylar Hansen. Somehow they pull a rabbit out of the hat there at the end of the quarter.
End of the quarter again.
So they stayed the course. They didn't get too rattled, and they were able to convert for 2 points. We'll be right back after a quick message.
When you need a case for your computer, treeshell.com. Or your iPhone, iPad, and iPod, treeshell.com. When you need a case for your Kindle device, nobody makes one near as nice as treeshell.com. For elegant products made from wood, nobody makes them near as good is treeshell.com.
Treeshell.com.
Is that mine?
Treeshell.com, one of the sponsors for the broadcast. Check them out online at treeshell.com. They've got great iPhone cases. I've got mine laying here. Tremendous Babinga wood. Look at that nice wood grain there, Ken.
Nice. That is really nice. Looks like quality craftsmanship.
It's fine cabinetry for your iPhone. I know that there's a new iPhone 5 case that they've just released too, so check them out online, treeshell.com. Thank you for your sponsorship. Abby Eben brings the ball in bounds on the far sideline over to Sandbolt. Skip pass down to Danielle Eben. Drives into the lane out to Sandbolt on the left wing again. Skip pass stolen away there by Okoboji. They get it across the timeline.
Skylar Hansen again. She's really playing hard here.
There's Keely Cruz. Speaking of hustle, she gets the ball across the timeline, gets it to Eben, back to Cruz. Tries to pass in. It's kicked out of bounds. Darby Jones. That lineup they have in there, Darby Jones and Skylar Hansen, have some long arms.
They sure do. They're very lanky, but they're very good.
They end up in the right place at the right time a lot for defense. There's a great inbound into the lane pass into Danielle Eben. Gets a layup, and then there's a steal by Keely Cruz out of bounds. Okoboji will have possession. Mustangs showing that tenacious D we're becoming accustomed to here. Inbounds pass in, tipped away, tipped around.
Just about come up with the steal.
They just got it across the timeline. Okoboji gets it into Darby Jones at the bottom of the lane, and she is fouled. Does not hit the shot, but she will have 2 free throws.
Fouls on Keely Cruz. That's her second.
You can tell that Keely wants to be in the mix on some of these plays. She's getting into a lot of passing lanes and making some trouble for Okoboji.
First free throw, no good.
We've got 7:05 left in the game. We're at an 11-point lead, 50-39 in favor of the Mustangs. Second free throw on the way now from Darby Jones for Okoboji. Shot is up and rattles around, no good. It's out of bounds, and it's going to go to the Mustangs. Sandbolt will inbound to Abby Eben.
Here we go with Okoboji's pressure of their own, so we'll see if we can get it across. Yeah, we got it to the front court now.
Carsonson with a head fake. It's a skip pass over Eben to Keely Cruz to Abby Eben. She tries a 3, no good. Okoboji's going to get it back into Abby Taylor's hands. Over to the right side, about a 19-footer, no good. Danielle Eben ends up with the ball at the Okoboji free throw line.
Call a quick timeout.
It was either that or a tie-up. So
yep,
she
and
did
then
the right thing.
Yep, because Okoboji would have ended up with the ball if it would have been called a jump.
Seems like we see a lot of that, a lot of just piles of people with a jump ball.
Lots of bodies on the floor. Yep.
That's a real testament to the hustle. They must actually work on that. I think if the ball hits the floor and you're not on it, you should be at least in the pile.
In the area. Yep.
And if you're not in the pile yet, be headed toward the pile when the jump ball is called. It's a very good hustle on the part of the Mustangs, and good heads-up ball there for Danielle Eben to call a quick timeout instead of being called for that jump ball. Sandbolt across the timeline to Keely Cruz. Sandbolt top of the key extended, left side to Abby Eben. Keely Cruz, Sandbolt right side, tries a skip pass into Abby Eben. Left side Carsonson, nice head fake and a nice
little jump shot. I think you'll look for the Mustangs to be a little more patient on offense now, work the clock a little bit.
As long as they can keep their head on both ends of the court. I think they've got time in their favor now. 6:02 left. We've got a foul called on
Keely Cruz.
Keely.
That's her third. And
her third.
Both teams are in the 1-on-1 from now on.
First shot, this is Abby Taylor. Free throw's no good. Rebound controlled by Carstensen. Sandbolt brings it across the timeline over to Keely Cruz. Right wing, tries a pass to Carstensen, and the ball goes off. Carstensen is stuck right in the rim. Possession arrow.
They call that a jump ball, so yeah, possession will go to the Pioneers.
They're going to have somebody get up there and get it. I'm surprised that one of those Okoboji lanky players doesn't just jump up there and grab it, but the ref got an extra ball out of the hallway and knocked her down. He's got applause for that. That's one of the best shots he's taken all night.
And both varsity boys teams are dressing, so none of the boys could come out of the crowd and knock it out of there either.
A lot of pressure D here on part of the Mustangs. Emily Wentz brings it across. She's got a left-hand dribble into the center of the free throw line. Hits it like it's nothing again. 52-41.
Nice little jumper by the freshman.
She is a threat to any team that faces Okoboji this year. She's a very good player. Good hustle ball and good heads-up controlled dribble across the timeline and finish that with a nice shot.
Here you see the Mustangs kind of pull back just a little bit, maybe run a little time.
That skip pass is kicked by Abby Taylor, so the Mustangs will retain possession there. 5:16 left, 52-41. Bounce pass into Danielle Eben. Back to Abby Eben. Bounce pass across to Sandbolt, top of the key. Left side to Abby Eben. Into Carstensen. In the lane, turnaround jumper. That's no good. Good look for her, but it didn't fall. 4:54 left. Okoboji across the timeline. There's a 10-foot jumper, no good. It's tipped away by Abby Eben. Carstensen's got it, running out of there with it. She does a 2-foot jump stop.
Does the wise thing and pulls up, gives it to a guard.
Cruz across the top. Abby Eben right side. Sandbolt cuts. Abby had picked up her dribble to force him to call a timeout. That's going to be a chat in the huddle. We've got 4:26 left in the game, and we'll be back right after this short message.
Corner Service in Little Rock is the place to go for all your vehicle maintenance needs. From oil changes to overhauls, get a set of new tires or even wiper blades to help with visibility. Let the professionals at Corner Service keep your vehicles running smoothly all year long. Their service station is located at 415 Main Street in Little Rock, and they can be reached by phone at 712-479-2794. That's Corner Service, Main Street in Little Rock, 479-2794.
We're back. We're at a 4:26 point in the game. We just had a timeout on the floor. GLR is in the lead 52-41. This has been what we would call a very deliberate basketball game. There hasn't been a lot of barn burning going on, but there's been a good quality game on both sides of the floor.
Yeah, and it's still a close game. I mean, it is 11 points, so boy, that can change in a hurry. Okoboji's got some three-point shooters, so we're going to have to take care of the ball.
Now, Abby Taylor came across and stole that ball away, but she's going to be called for a reach-in on that.
And that's her fourth.
You can tell she is not intending to leave very much of the game anywhere but on the floor. She's putting in her hardest effort. Abby Eben with a free throw up, no good. Taylor Carstensen gets in the mix on the rebound. We're going to have a jump ball called, and the possession arrow favors the Mustangs, so they're going to keep the ball. Abby Eben to Keely Cruz, right wing, across the top of the key. Sandbolt. They're going to try the right side. Sandbolt pulls it back to Cruz. Carstensen out at the top of the key. Keely Cruz drives it in. And her ball is stolen away. Abby Taylor drives it all the way down. We're going to have a charge.
And that's her 5th foul.
She's going to take the bench. Who did she knock down on that? I know it was a charge call. But
I believe it was it Danielle Eben? Somebody really stood her ground, and she just run right into her.
There was a pretty good wall of Mustangs there, and took the last domino off the stack there. Keely Cruz right side tries a 3. It's no good. There's that pileup we talked about.
Here we go, another fight for the ball.
Right in the middle of the lane, we're going to have a jump ball called, and the possession arrow favors Okoboji. It's an 11-point game, 52-41, 3:41 left on the clock. And I think we'll see some more of that quick half-court pressure if we can. Sandbolt.
Quick hands, knocked it away.
Tips it out of bounds. Those hands in the passing lane have got to be frustrating Okoboji right now, because they're trying to make something happen here in the last 3 minutes. There's a nice inbounds pass. Shot's no good. Carsonson on the floor to get it. Gets it to Sandbolt.
Does the right thing by staying on her knees so she doesn't get called for traveling.
Keely Cruz right side now. Sandbolt, top of the key. Taya Graham left side tries a 12-footer. It's no good. Keely Cruz with a quick steal, and she gets clobbered by Emily Wentz. That scoreboard shows that that's her 4th foul here.
Yeah, I have her down for 3. So, but that's the official book down there.
I think she would prefer that herself,
yeah.
But she's going to stay on the floor. Darby Jones comes back into the lineup. Megan Pichong is back in.
Healy made her first free throw.
Second one rattles home as well. 54-41, 3:07 left on the clock. There's a nice pass down to Pichong. Turns it out to 23. That's Albright. She drives into the lane. Gonna have a foul on
Danielle Eben.
Danielle.
That's her 4th.
She's been a major contributor here in the second half.
Yeah, she's had a good second half.
So then Albright hits the free throw. They're keeping it somewhat interesting. It's 12 points, but we all know that can turn in a heartbeat if Okoboji gets a couple of breaks here. Second free throw up and on the way. Rattles out, no good. Terhark out rebounded by, that's that Skylar Hansen. She's playing with ferocious.
Yeah, but Terhark really went up and got that rebound the second time.
A nice bounce pass to Taya Graham. Into Carsonson inside. The shot's no good. Terhark in the mix on the rebound, but it ends up in the hands of the Pioneers. They're running the offense. Pichong at the top of the key. Down to Darby Jones. Over to Albright. Back to Pichong. Free throw. Free throw jumper's up and good. It's a 10-point game with 2 minutes to go. See if the Mustangs can keep their cool here. Over to Keely Cruz, down to Taylor Carsonson. Carsonson's fouled on that shot. Shot's no good, but she'll go to the line. Minute 54 left in this ball game. We're going to have a timeout called by Okoboji.
Foul is on Darby Jones, and that's the junior's 3rd foul.
They don't have any heights listed in the program here, but I think that Darby Jones and that Megan Pichong and Skylar Hansen are all in that.
They got to be close to 6 foot.
They're in that range.
In that 5'10" to 6 foot range. Yeah, there's some nice sized girls.
That lanky long arms and long legs that make them such a defensive threat, and they have really played a good game here.
Yeah,
tonight.
they're taking up a lot of space in the paint when Mustangs are on offense.
We've seen it at least a couple times where one of our Mustangs went up into the midst of those trees and
ball just gets swatted away.
It's not always resulting in a foul, that's for sure. Oh, these Mustang fans, they like their basketball.
Gotta love them.
Carsonson will be at the free throw line shooting 2 after that brief timeout. First shot up and on the way. And that's no good. Minute 54 left in the game.
That's Taylor's first miss of the night from the free throw line.
Mariah Terhart comes out, Danielle Eben back in. Second free throw up and on the way, and it is good. Okoboji putting some hustle on. That's Emily Wentz bringing it across. Gets it to the senior. Back outside. It's a turnaround jumper. No good. It's a rebound by Darby Jones.
They really fight for the rebound.
And she turns around, misses the putback, but she's fouled in the process.
That foul was on Danielle Eben. That was her 5th.
So she comes out to the applause of her fans here at GLR. She's played a great game. Mariah Terhart comes back in. She's no slouch of a rebounder herself.
Nope, that's for sure. Danielle sits down with 10 points. Good game for her.
That free throw is no good from Darby Jones. Second one on the way. And Terhart does the rebound indeed, so gets it to Sandbolt. Minute 37 on the clock. Okoboji's really going to have to turn things up if they want to do something.
Yeah, they didn't help their cause there by missing 2 free throws, so they all really count when you're trying to battle back.
Abby Eben went down on a knee, and somehow when she stood back up, she was called for a travel, so there's a turnover that Okoboji's looking for. Somehow Emily Wentz kept her pivot foot on that. You hear the ohs and ahs from the crowd. Wentz with a shot from the right side, about 17 foot, hits it. 9 points. Sandbolt nearly gets it stolen away, does a spin dribble, gets it to Keely Cruz, who drives it across the top of the half-court line. She's fouled.
Now I have Emily Wentz for 4 fouls, but the clock is the scoreboard is showing 5, and so I think she will have fouled out of the game.
And she comes out to the adoration of her fans. She played quite a good game herself.
Yeah. She's just a freshman.
That's a freshman with a lot of quality minutes for Okoboji. Keely Cruz with the free throw up and good. Gives Mustangs a 10-point margin again. Okoboji's head coach is going to want to talk things over. Got a minute 2 left on the clock. So barring some kind of a major breakdown in offense, Mustangs should be able to retain a 10-point lead with a minute to go. But we've certainly seen stranger things happen, Kenny.
Yep, that's for sure. Mustangs just have to keep their heads on straight and take care of the basketball here. And we are going to have to make some free throws down the stretch. So and we need just to play good, solid defense because they're going to be looking to shoot from the outside now. They don't have much choice. They're going to have to start throwing up some threes, and we're just going to have to be well aware of that.
Keely Cruz will have a free throw here. She misses that, but Mariah Terhart with a big rebound gets it back out to Cruz, and they reset it. Sandbolt's got it. She's got hounding defense on her at the top of the key. Gets it over to Abby Eben. And it's out of bounds on the Mustangs. That's much to the chagrin of Mustang fans everywhere, but it's the call. The ref was right there.
I think they were looking for a foul, but like I said earlier, the refs have let them play a little bit tonight. So
now that's a block shot from Taylor Carstensen. She gets it stolen out of her hands. Okoboji gets a layup out of there from Darby Jones. It's an 8-point game, 30 seconds to go. We've got a foul committed on Abby Eben. They were trying to get the ball just even to the half-court line. They couldn't do it. Abby Eben was fouled in the process. 24 seconds on the clock. It's an 8-point margin in favor of the Mustangs. 56-48 is the score. Eben misses the first shot. That's Abby Eben at the line. There's 10 team fouls now, so that's 2 free throws no matter what. 9 team fouls committed by the Mustangs thus far. Second free throw is up and no good. Bishong across the timeline. She's going to take it down to the right wing. She tries a bounce pass in, but Sandbolt there with a foot to knock it out of bounds. 17 seconds left on the clock. Darby Jones inbounding it underneath Okoboji's own basket. Gets it inside to Adams, no good. Bishong gets the rebound and puts it in. 6 points left, 10 seconds on the clock. Keely Cruz gets it across to Abby Eben, and she is fouled with 1.2 on the clock, 56-50. So that should be academic then at this point. 1.2 on the clock.
Foul was on Megan Pashon. That's her third.
Abby Eben at the free throw line. Mustangs all past half court to defend any long pass or long shot. Abby Eben missed the first, and her second one's on the way. And that one is up and good. That's going to give Mustangs a 7-point margin. Keely Cruz tips the ensuing pass out of bounds into the Mustang student section, and that ends the clock. So the Mustangs are the second victory here on the season. 57-50 over the Okoboji Pioneers. Well-fought game on both sides of the floor tonight. Okoboji has nothing to be ashamed of. They played a very good ball game. So we'll be back to recap some scoring here and some highlights. And as we look forward to the second half of the doubleheader, we'll return right after a short break from some of our sponsors.
You're listening to the GLR Radio Network. Ben's Plumbing and Repair in Little Rock is a full-service licensed plumbing contractor. Whether you're working on a brand new construction site, a remodel, or just need some repairs on existing plumbing for residential or commercial property, Ben's Plumbing and Repair is who to call at 712-348-5555. Ben even has a camera that can detect plumbing problems and diagnose issues from the inside of your pipes. See a great video of Ben Eikens, the owner of Ben's Plumbing and Repair, on our sponsor page, and give him a call at 712-348-5555. That's Ben's Plumbing and Repair in Little Rock. Sounds mighty loony to me. But I got a great $5 coupon just by texting CB Flowers to 72727. That's right. $5 off my next qualifying purchase at the Country Boutique. Just for texting CB Flowers to 72727. It's as simple as that. What a great deal. Get yours today. Country Boutique in Rock Rapids is a full-service floral shop with everything you'd need, from romantic bouquet, home, or lighting for any season. We have select items for everybody. A color photos or painterabia. A formal wear specialty store for weddings, proms, and other occasions. Much, much more. It is 7727. Again, just text CB Flowers to 72727 and an instant coupon worth $5 off a qualifying purchase will be sent straight to your phone. That's the Country Boutique in Rock Rapids, Iowa, 712-472-3668.
Thank Ben's Plumbing and Heating and Country Boutique for their sponsorship here of the GLR Radio Network. Their sponsorship helps us to bring this game to you.
So we're having a good time being the voice of the Mustangs tonight, and we're in for a good. They're out on the court warming up. We've got a big contingent on both sides of the floor here. Big numbers, big guys. They look like they're ready to play. This is their first game for the Mustangs. I think it might be the first game for Okoboji this year too.
Yeah, I believe so.
So it'll be interesting to see what these guys bring to the table. They've been waiting. I talked to some of the GLR players earlier this week, and said they've been ready for 2 weeks for this to start.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So
just to recap the girls' game, this is unofficial, of course, but GLR girls beat Okoboji 57-50. I've got the freshman Emily Wentz for Okoboji with 12 points, Abby Taylor with 12, Skylar Hansen, the senior, with 11, Olivia Albright, she's a sophomore, with 1, Shaylee Adams, another freshman, with 5 points, Delaney with 1, Darby Jones with 2, and Megan Pichan, another freshman for them, with 6 points for a total of 50. And for the Mustangs, we were led by our inside girls and outside girls tonight. Keely Cruz ends up with 17 points, as does Taylor Karstensen, both with 17. Danielle Eben had a good, strong game with 10 points. Jessica Sambolt with 7. Abby Eben with 2. And Mariah Tahark with 4 for a total of 57 points. So
I tell you, we had a treat to watch tonight as those freshmen were out there for both squads, and they made major contributions for both teams tonight.
They look very poised. I mean, sometimes you can get a freshman that comes in and like I said earlier, a varsity game situation is definitely different than a freshman game, and you can get a little jittery and nervous. But yeah, the freshman girls for both GLR and Okoboji, I thought played very well.
Yeah, it's nice to see the future of GLR basketball, and I think we saw some of the future of Okoboji basketball here tonight on the girls' end too. So
yeah, and Okoboji is, traditionally they've had some lower numbers the past several seasons, and and I've watched them for quite a while. So not so much the girls, but I know the boys have played several years with a lot of young kids on the floor. So they're starting to catch up a little bit now. Some of them younger kids are going to be juniors and seniors this year, but they've got some good ball players.
Yeah, as we look ahead to the young men's lineup here tonight, I'm looking at the rosters, and GLR has got one player listed at 6'5". Most of the rest of the players are 6'2" or under, and pretty much the same thing can be said for Okoboji. They've got one 6'5" listed, and a couple of 6'3s and a couple 6'2s. So they might have a little bit longer team on the tail of the tape. But it'll be interesting to see who gets the minutes for Okoboji this year.
Yeah, that's something that the GLR boys are really not accustomed to. We usually have a few kids that are in that 6'4", 6'5", whatever range, and this is definitely one of our shorter teams we've had in the past years.
I know that there's a lot of hustle out there on the floor. On our left, we've got the GLR Mustangs warming up, and I know that there's a lot of hustle. I played a lot of Wednesday night basketball in the last few months with a lot of these guys, and good bunch of young men out there, good sportsmanship, and a good work ethic on the basketball floor.
Yeah, and sometimes that does translate into hustle. If you don't have the big guys down low, normally your smaller kids are going to be a little quicker anyway, so I think that's going to be one of our strengths this year is we have a lot of quickness and a lot of speed, and I think that the kids are in shape. They'll be able to run the floor the entire game, and we'll just see what happens. They're going to have to hit some outside shots, and if they do that, I think good things will happen for them this year.
It is going to be fun to watch and see the results of their many hours of practice and their preparation time, and even in the off season. Some of these are coming off of playing football as well, and no doubt some cross-country runners in there, and just to see that conditioning pay off, it'll be a real treat.
Yeah, and we do have the GLR boys team doesn't have any freshmen right now on the varsity roster. We are actually blessed with, we got good numbers, so we don't have to rely on our freshman class to fill varsity uniforms. But we do have several sophomores that were, of course, freshmen last year that are going to have to play some quality minutes because of the kids that we graduated last year. So we'll see if they can fit into the program and take up the slack.
Well, we're at about 8 minutes till the opening tip-off. You can hear in the background the pep band. You can hear the environment here. We're almost at a fever pitch to start off this second game. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's Craig Johnson here alongside Kenny Schilling. We're bringing you the action here tonight from GLR Gym. Thank you for joining me in the booth here tonight.
Hey, no problem. This has been a lot of fun so far. I was excited to have the opportunity to help out.
Now we're one more time recapping the girls matchup for those of you just joining us. GLR put that in the W column tonight, in the win column, 57-50. And GLR had two players with 17 points, Taylor Carsonson and
Keely Cruz.
And
Danielle Eben with 10, so we had three girls in double figures.
It's a very good balanced attack from our GLR girls tonight. And it's good to see that they were able to keep their poise and keep their composure. Even though Okoboji put a couple of real strong runs together there a couple times.
Yeah, they put a very strong run on the GLR girls to end the first half and to take the lead going into halftime. And it was nice to see the GLR girls come out of the locker room and really crank it up. And I'm not sure, we had to have scored like the first 10 or 12 points of the third quarter to kind of get things back into our favor. So.
Yep, that was a welcome sight for the GLR fans here. I know there was a look of concern across a lot of the faces we could see from the booth here, and it was good to see that those fears were allayed as soon as those girls came out of the locker room. They had a resolve and a work ethic that showed through.
And that's kind of what they did the other night against Sibley too. They come out of the locker room at halftime and kind of got things swung back into their favor, and then that way they can play the rest of the game at their pace and what they want to do, and very similar to tonight's game. And that just shows you the how evenly matched. I think you're going to just about see that just about every single night this year. The teams are so evenly matched in the Siouxland Conference, and you better come out to play every night, or somebody's gonna put a strap whooping on you. So
yeah, I think that's definitely the case. Now you're going to hear the cheers of the Mustang faithful here, and the pep band kick in as the Mustangs are going to take a quick tour of the locker room, talk over the last-minute game preparations. Okoboji's running some warm-up drills, and people are getting popcorn and snacks, or just gearing up for a good game. The first game of the season for the GLR men. 5 minutes till the tip-off. So we'll be back after a message or two from our sponsors. Thanks for listening to the GLR Radio Network.
You're listening to the GLR Radio Network.
I might not be as cool as your combine. I might not be as sexy as your planter. And I probably don't command the same respect as your tractor. For that matter, I probably don't command the same respect as your manure spreader. You might not think about your ox portable auger from Sudengate very often. You might not have even bothered to learn my name just yet, even though you probably use me more than most of your other machinery, and that's just fine. You see, the ox doesn't need a lot of special attention, but when you need me, and you know you're going to need me a lot, I'll be waiting, and I'll be ready to work without a lot of hubbub. So you can save the spotlight for your skid loader and your riding lawnmower and all the other prima donnas on your farm. But when you're ready to move some grain, come outside and see the ox. There's work to do.
The ox.
Wondering where you'll find cash for holiday gifts? Bank locally and shop locally with help from Frontier Bank and Holiday Bucks. Apply today for your no-interest loan, then purchase your holiday gifts. Get a new washer and dryer, replace old tires on your vehicle, purchase gas cards, or pay off your doctor or dentist bills. Use your holiday bucks at any participating merchant in George, Little Rock, and Rock Rapids. See a loan officer for more details on a no-interest holiday bucks loan. One more way Frontier Bank and you help the community prosper. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Mustang Plumbing and Heating provides heating services and repair on furnaces, water heaters, and plumbing. Speaking of water heaters, Brandon and his crew replaced our water heater last winter for us, and the prompt and thorough service he and his team provided was very much appreciated. And now we have a water system that provides much more hot water much longer, which is a very important thing in our family. Contact Brandon Cruz for your plumbing and heating needs. That's Mustang Plumbing and Heating, 101 Main Street in George, 475-2661. Dykstra Chiropractic in George provides chiropractic services to relieve pain and stress and to help people live a happy, healthy life. Dr. Krista Dykstra works with children and adults to do chiropractic adjustments and uses a painless activator method in ultrasound. Her office hours are Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 8:30 to 5, and Tuesday afternoons along with Thursday mornings. Call for an appointment or information at 712-475-3990. Learn the power of prevention and make great health a cinch. Visit Dykstra Chiropractic on North Main Street in George, 475-3990.
Well, we're back here at the GLR Gymnasium. Craig Johnson alongside Kenny Schilling, a minute 40 before the tip-off. Any last-minute advice for us as we proceed into this game?
Like you said earlier, Okoboji definitely has a little bit of height on us, and we're just going to have to play good, solid defense and keep our feet and take care of the basketball, and good things should happen.
We are looking forward to that possibility, and the pep band is standing ready here to play the school song. We're about a minute to tip off, and they usually start at about now, so we'll listen in as they get the thing going. Well, we're set to go here at GLR Gymnasium. Getting ready to announce the starting lineups for both squads here tonight. The crowd is on their feet. PA announcer is on. I'll repeat what's necessary. I'm not sure if you can hear it all from where you're at or not. So, GLR Mustangs against the Okoboji Pioneers. Tyler Ohl, number 13, a junior. Weston Bergeson, number 15, a senior. Keaton Jones, a junior, number 21. Mark Nielsen, a senior, number 25. And Dalton Severson, number 31. And for the GLR Mustangs, Reed Guzzi, a junior, number 1. 5'11 junior. Alex Wiertsema, 6'2 senior, number 3. Jesse Korselman, a junior, a 6'5 junior, wearing the number 4. Tanner Versteeg, a junior, number 20, 5'11. And Austin Hayengay, a junior, 5'10", wearing the number 23. So we're set to get underway here. 8 minutes on the clock. Each quarter will have 8 minutes in it. Each team will have 5 timeouts.
Looks like the junior Jesse Korselman taking the jump for GLR.
He'll be jumping against Dalton Severson from Okoboji. And Okoboji controls that. Got Tyler Ohl in the game here. It's a pass to the free throw line. Bergeson. Ohl. Bergeson. Drives the lane left side, gets stumped there. There's a skip pass in. A 31 left-handed shot off the glass, no good. Tanner Versteeg takes it. Gets a pass down to Hayengay. Back to Versteeg, top of the key. Guzzi on the right wing. Hayengay. Center shot from Tanner Versteeg, no good. Rebound well boxed out to Tyler Ohl for Okoboji. 7:10 on the clock. No score at this point. Bergeson. Severson gets it down into the lane, number 21. Keaton Jones, shot no good. Tanner Versteeg comes out of there in a hurry with it across the timeline. Reed Guzzi over to Hayengay. Alex Wiertsema. Versteeg driving the baseline, tries a reverse layup. That's up and good. Versteeg breaks the ice for the Mustangs. 6:38 on the clock. Severson drives left side, gets a layup up and good. Had good defensive pressure, but got through it and scored to tie the score at 2. Tanner Versteeg working pretty hard to break that pressure. He's called for a...
Kind of got it caught on his hip. Caught it on his hip a little bit, and then he carried it.
6:16 on the clock. 2-2 is the score. Okoboji works it to the lane. Severson gets it stolen away. Wiertsema playing tough D there, took it away from Severson. Tanner Versteeg this time across the timeline without incident. Hayengay drives in. That's Wiertsema from the left side. Tries a 3, no good. Guzzi tries the rebound. It gets into the hands of Tyler Ohl. Brings it across the timeline, defended by Reed Guzzi. Nielsen into Severson. Into Keaton Jones, number 21. That's no good.
Reed Guzzi gets it down to Hayengay in the far right corner for the Mustangs. No good. Three-pointer. This is Tyler Ohl. Gets it to the left wing. A thrashing, slashing drive in. No good, but Severson there, 31 with the rebound. Severson's a 6'4" senior. He's going to the line. The score is 4-2 in favor of Okoboji. 5:17 on the clock. And
called the foul on Jesse Korseman. That's his first.
Severson will be shooting 2 shots, I believe, at the line.
No, he made the basket.
Oh, he made the basket. Check that. My apologies. And he makes a 3-point play then. A very nice play by Severson. Versteeg gets it up to Guzzi. Across the timeline. Gets it to Versteeg. Drives into the free throw line. Missed that free throw jumper. Controlled by Okoboji. Okoboji pushing the tempo up ahead. Left wing extended. A 3-pointer, no good. Rebound controlled by Okoboji. There's a free throw jumper, no good by Weston Bergeson. Versteeg comes out of there with the ball. Over to Wiertsma. Hayengay, top of the key to Guzzi. Wiertsma, left side. It's a nice backdoor pass that was accidental to Guzzi. The shot doesn't go. Pass was intended for someone else, but it got out of his reach, and Guzzi was there to collect it, but the shot didn't go. Severson into Bergeson, thrashing into the lane, misses a layup. We're going to have a foul called.
Fouls on Austin Hayengay, his first, team second.
Coach admonishing the player to take that ball away. First free throw is up and good. That's Bergeson at the line. 6-2 is the score. 4:23 on the clock. 6-2 the score in favor of Okoboji. Bergeson's second free throw on the way. No good. Evan Voss into the game for the Mustangs. Controls the rebound out to Hayengay. Hayengay driving the right side. 3-pointer pass out to Guzzi. No good, but Evan Voss there with
nice rebound by Voss.
Good turnaround jumper right in the lane to convert that to a putback. 4-6 now. Okoboji with a 2-point lead. 4 minutes. We're just halfway through the first period here. And that's good defense by Austin Hayengay. We've got Popema in the game now for...
Good pressure defense, forces a turnover.
For the Okoboji Pioneers. Ball will be belonging to the Mustangs. Voss into Versteeg. Brings it across the timeline. He gets down into the corner. That's that fill the lane defense, I call it, where they trap somebody in the corner and then they just anticipate where the pass is. That can go as good as it goes bad, and that one went good for Okoboji.
And the worst part was that Austin Hayengay just picked up his second foul.
He's going to come out. We've got Jacob Hilbrands, a sophomore, 6'1", so he'll carry some height into this, but he's defending now on 21. Keaton Jones tries a layup, no good. And that's Dalton Popema. He's a 6'2" senior.
Fouls on number 1, Reed Guzzi, his first, team fourth.
Popema coming back out. Tyler Ohl back in for Okoboji. Bergeson to inbound underneath Okoboji's own basket. Bounce pass in. Back to Bergeson at the lane. A bounce pass to the top of the key to Ohl. Guzzi tries a steal, but he's going to get called for a reach.
And that'll be his second.
He was just about out of position to make that steal. The ref thought he was out of position. Bergeson underneath Okoboji's basket into Ohl. Cross to DeMuth. Out to
Keaton Jones. Top of the key to Bergeson again. They'll reset with 3 minutes left on the clock. 4-6. Okoboji with a 2-point lead.
Okoboji called for an offensive foul.
That call was on Keaton Jones.
He was trying to back his way into the lane, and GLR kid really held his ground.
Evan Voss now bringing it across the timeline over to Tom Schilling. Back to Voss, three-pointer, no good. That three-pointer went right out of bounds, so no rebound there. So on the floor for the Mustangs, we've got Evan Voss, Thomas Schilling, Tanner Versteeg, Hilbrands, and Wiertzma.
So we have two of those sophomores I was talking about that are going to have to play some good quality minutes.
There's Keaton Jones with a free throw jumper, hits it. Versteeg gets a bounce pass to Voss, to Schilling across the timeline. Oh, that's a tough pass. It gets into the hands of Nielsen for Okoboji. Tried a skip pass, but one too many players in the way. Severson on a screen gets his man open. Bergeson hits a jumper. It's 10-4 now. Okoboji putting the pressure on full court. Versteeg breaks the press, gets it back from Voss. He's at the free throw line extended. Voss tries a three from the left side. Free throw line extended out past the three-point line, and that was a nice three-pointer. 7-10 now. 10 points for Okoboji, 7 for GLR. Minute 35 on the clock. Jones to Old, to Severson, to Nielsen, tries a three. Severson all alone on the rebound, gets a nice putback there for two, right in the middle of the lane. 12-7 in favor of Okoboji. Versteeg brings it across the timeline. Jake Hilbrands into the matchup. Schilling, Versteeg tries a three-pointer, no good. Evan Voss in the mix on the rebound is fouled. Fouled by Keaton Jones.
That's his second.
We've got Jordan Cruz into the matchup. He's wearing number 54. He's a 5'11 senior. He's a presence in the lane.
He sure is.
Evan Voss to inbounds to Versteeg. Oh. Now that's a turn of events that's going to end up being a positive.
That's just one of them miscommunication things that, we've got a lot of new chemistry, and it's just going to take a little bit for all the kids to kind of start working together.
Schilling was headed a different direction, and the ball hit him. He was headed the other way, and then it went over and back. Could have been a foul called in some people's eyes, like even against Okoboji or against Mustang. So they just called an over and back. Okoboji now with their second try here. The ball went out of bounds under their basket into Severson. He tries a baseline drive. He gets stuck, throws it way out to the half-court corner. Now there's a thrashing, slashing drive into the lane. That's Nielsen. He's going to be fouled. That foul is called against number 25. But I don't know who that is.
We don't have a 25.
We don't have a 25 in the game right now. So the zebra shirts are over in conference at the other end of the court. I think he may modify his. Yeah, they're going to call that on number 5, not number 25.
That's Jake Hilbrands. That's his first.
30 seconds left in the period. Okoboji trying to put some more points on the board. Taco Cruz onto the floor to try to stop that. That's going to be called out on the Mustangs, so Okoboji will have it under their basket. 21.6 on the But good hustle from Jordan Cruz there. Got a hand on it.
For a big kid, he can cover a lot of ground.
Mustangs are kind of packed into the paint there. Going to make Okoboji take it from a long ways out. And they do control the rebound. Tanner Versteeg now with 8 seconds left. Evan Voss back to Versteeg, over to Schilling, into Cruz. Gets a shot up and in at the buzzer. That's a crowd pleaser here at GLR Gym. So that ends the first quarter, 12-9 in favor of Okoboji. We're about ready to start the second period right after this short message.
This is Craig Manson, branch manager of Security Savings Bank in George. Now is a great time to stop in and discuss our 2013 crop loans. We can help you make sound decisions about your farming operation for the upcoming year. I grew up on a farm and understand the challenges and benefits that go along with farming. I will take time to understand your unique farm operation and the situations you face. Our loans are approved locally by people you know. For help with your farm loans, count on Security Savings Bank of Larchwood, Inwood, George, and Canton. Member FDIC.
Well, that was quite the first period there.
That was a good, just like the girls' game. It's 12-9. Good Siouxland Conference basketball game going here.
This is going to be one of those that could very well go down to the wire.
It usually comes down to free throws, never fails. So we'll see who shoots a better percentage. That's usually the team that comes out on top.
Well, Mustangs are going to inbound the ball to start the second period here. 8 minutes on the clock. 12-9 in favor of Okoboji. Versteeg has it now. He's across the timeline, setting the offense. He's got a screen to his right. Gets through it. It's a nice pass out to Jake Hilbrands. Good rebound by Jordan Cruz. Turnaround jumper's no good. He had a lot of defense right in his grill there, but
he got a little too far under the basket too. He really didn't have a good position to go back up with the ball.
Ferguson working off a screen from Severson. Mustangs contain. There's a pass out back to Bergeson, back to Severson. It seems like they're well acquainted on the court. Jordan Cruz with a big rebound, takes it right out of the air to the thrill of the GLR fans. Jordan Cruz playing well early on here. Evan Voss with a nice cut into the basket. Gets a layup. I believe that's 5 points already for Evan Voss.
That's actually 7.
7, my mistake. He's got 7 of the 11 then, doesn't he? So we've got another shot that went in for
Mark Nielsen. Three-pointer.
15-11. Reed Guzzi driving in. Nice pass to Jordan Cruz. Jordan Cruz, real crowd pleaser of a player. Whenever he does something that the crowd likes, you can always hear it. You'll hear it right here on the GLR network. Anytime he hits a big shot like that and is fouled in the process.
Good, likable kid. Gives 100%.
He really took a pretty tough pass and made it look easy. I think that's probably a lot harder than it looked. And he did a nice job. He's got a free throw here. Let's see what he can do with that. That free throw's up, no good. I think we have a
Evan Voss with
got a foul.
Little bit of a silly foul, but
that rebound was way high in the air, and I think somebody may have flopped a little bit on that.
Yeah, he didn't.
But nonetheless, Evan gets called for the foul.
That's Evan's first, and that was our team 7, so Okoboji will be shooting bonus.
That's Severson. Alex Wiertzma into the game, in for Jordan Cruz. Jordan comes out to the applause of his GLR faithful here. Severson now shooting what'll amount to a 1-and-1. Miss it. Evan Voss there to collect the rebound. Versteeg takes it across the timeline. He's called for a travel. I
I think that could have gone either way, but he's conferring with the striped shirt right there.
I think they called him for carrying the ball, and I think Tanner was just asking, you know, hey, what am I doing wrong?
Yeah. It looked like he just kind of jumped through the air as he was going, and I don't know that he picked up a dribble or anything, but nonetheless, that did result in that. So here's Reed Guzzi, tries a three-pointer, gets it blocked, and a great save inbounds to Ole. Pass ahead from DeMuth to Severson, went over Severson's head and out of bounds. So let's recap the score here. 6:03 on the clock. 15-13 in favor of Okoboji. Mustangs are working through a pressure defense in the backcourt. Hayengay gets it down to the baseline, turns it back around, gets it to Voss. There's a nice pass inside to Wiertsma. Evan Voss is tripped up, but he goes out of bounds. Somehow that'll be Okoboji ball. So here we are, 5:45 to go. Okoboji bringing it across the timeline. Tyler Ole into Severson. There's a nice pass down underneath to Nielsen, but it went through his fingers and out of bounds.
A little too high and a little too hard.
They're trying to trap defense here on the Mustangs. They easily break this one this time. Down to the corner to Guzzi, back to Versteeg, top of the key. Left side now to Hayengay, drives in, and a nice 10-foot jumper up, and no good. Evan Voss in the mix on the rebound. We're going to have a tie-up on that. A jump ball called in favor of the Okoboji Pioneers. 5:15 to go. 15-13 is the score yet for Okoboji. Severson left wing. Top of the key. Back to Nielsen left wing. Stolen away at the top of the key by Versteeg. He clears himself a path and makes a layup. That's going to tie the ball game. 4:50 left in the half. It's good hustle play there by Versteeg.
Yep, good hustle and good finish.
Severson down on the left side, comes around the right half of the lane and thrashes in and scores. Versteeg really putting on a clinic on the dribbling side there. Gets it across the timeline to Hayengay, back over to Guzzi, back to Hayengay, to Guzzi, to Evan Voss. Three-pointer, long range. That's no good. Wiertsma misses the rebound. Severson driving in on Wiertsma. Stopped at the free throw line. Bergeson over to Nielsen. Tries to slash in. Gets through there. Through the lane, but he's going to be blocked as
that was the foul was on Evan Voss.
Evan Voss.
That'd
be
his second
blocking foul. He's gonna come out, and Jake Hillebrands is going in. A lot of pointing going on out there, getting their assignments at the free throw line. Nielsen's free throw up, no good.
Shooting a one-on-one, missed the front end.
Jake Hillebrands with a nice rebound. Hayengay brings it across the timeline, shoots a step inside the three-point line. Okoboji gets that rebound. Bergeson brings it across. Skips it to Nielsen. Left wing, Bergeson. Into Severson. Bottom of the baseline, turns left. Tries a layup too hard. But Ben DeMuth is there to put the layup back in. It's 19-15 now. Okoboji winning that battle. Versteeg down to Guzzi. Guzzi tries a pass to Jake Hillebrands. A good hustle by Okoboji to knock that out of bounds. Nearly stole it away. Korselman back in. Comes in for Wiertsma for the Mustangs. Hayengay into Guzzi. Gets it to Tanner Versteeg, and they set the offense. Versteeg at the top of the key. Gets it to Guzzi, who brings it across back to the top. Left side to Hayengay, top of the key, and inbounds to Hilbrands. It bounces back to Corseman, tries it back to Hilbrands, and is stolen out. And all of that action to say there's a foul.
That was on Jake Hilbrands. That's his second.
That may have been kind of a frustration foul because he had 2 attempts at a pass to him and he didn't get either one. The free throw's up and no good. Hilbrands does control the rebound for the Mustangs. 2:46 on the clock. 19-15 is the score in favor of Okoboji. Right side to Versteeg. Skip pass to Hilbrands, over to Guzzi. Fake left comes back to Hayengay. 3-pointers up and just no good. And that rebound goes off of Jake Hilbrands out of bounds, so Okoboji will control possession. Nielsen going to inbound to Bergeson. 2:27 on the clock. 4-point lead for Okoboji. Screen left for Bergeson. Got Downing in the game, Tanner Downing. Tries a 3-pointer right in off the bench, and he tries a 3-pointer, no good. Bergeson with the rebound. Gets it to Nielsen. Gets it into Severson, and it's knocked out of bounds. Good hustle D there by Hayengay. Knocks it out of bounds. 2 minutes even left on the clock.
And Severson for Okoboji is definitely their go-to guy. He's one of them I talked about earlier. He's been playing varsity since he was a freshman, so he has lots of experience.
And Bergeson gets a pass from Severson out there to the left wing, hits a 3-pointer. So you can tell those two are comfortable playing the game of basketball together. They evidently have a lot of windshield time behind the controls for Okoboji. Well, there's a shot from Versteeg, no good. We're going to have a tie-up between Corselman and Nielsen. Possession arrow is going to favor the Mustangs this time. 1:33, and it's 22-15. The Pioneers went on a
little bit of a spurt there. 7-0. It was a 15-all ball game. So
there's Versteeg, tries a 17-footer, no good.
You just can't buy one right now.
There's a lid on that bucket. Okoboji bringing it across the timeline in no hurry. They've got a 7-point lead. They're going to drive it in. Bergeson back to Ohl. Nielsen left side 3-pointer up and good. That makes it a 10-point game now for Okoboji. Let's see what the Mustangs can do here in the final minute of the half. Versteeg tries a pass into Corselman. He does a good job of keeping control of it. He had a tough time bringing it down, but he got a hold of it, put it in for 2. 25-17, 43 seconds on the clock. Nielsen. Oh, Nielsen threw it to Ohl, but Ohl wasn't
zigged when he should have zagged. And let's see if the Mustangs can convert here and narrow this lead before halftime.
Versteeg goes around the right side of 2 defenders. Tries a 2-foot jump stop. Looking for a foul, didn't get it. Ohl brings it across the timeline, and Okoboji head coach Ryan Paulson wants to talk things over. We'll be back, 22 seconds on the clock, right after this message.
Are you looking for more protection against bad weather hitting your crops than federal crop insurance alone can provide? Otter Valley Insurance now offers total weather insurance, providing supplemental coverage against drought, excess moisture, heat stress, and fall freeze. And the program pays out automatically when bad weather hits. That means no paperwork and no adjuster coming out to your farm. Call Otter Valley Insurance at 712-475-3325 to learn more and get a free quote today. That's Otter Valley Insurance at 712-475-3325. Otter Valley Insurance and Real Estate in George.
Okoboji with the ball inbounds, and they're
Across the timeline, Tyler Ohl across with it, defended by Thomas Schilling. Versteeg now on Bergeson into Syverson, defended by Korselman. Tries a left-handed layup. Well defended there, and it's out of bounds.
on Okoboji. 3.9 on the clock. Schilling to inbounds. Versteeg's got 3 seconds. Let's see what he can do with it here. He's going to try a half-court shot, and very nearly went in, a little bit to the left. So there's an 8-point deficit here for the Mustangs with the first half completed.
I have Evan Voss with 7 points, Tanner Versteeg with 4, Jesse Korseman with 2, and Jordan Cruz with 4. Leading scorer for Okoboji is Dalton Syverson. He has 9 points, and Mark Nielsen has 6. Weston Bergeson has 6. Keaton Jones has 2, and Ben DeMuth has 2.
So that's a recap of the halftime score here at GLR Gymnasium. 9 minutes till the second half tip-off. We've got a score in favor of Okoboji Pioneers, 25-17. We'll be back after a short message from our sponsors, and we'll be talking to Coach Grafing of the GLR girls team after this short message.
Mustang Plumbing and Heating provides heating services and repair on furnaces, water heaters, and plumbing. Speaking of water heaters, Brandon and his crew replaced our water heater last winter for us, and the prompt and thorough service he and his team provided was very much appreciated. And now we have a water system that provides much more hot water much longer, which is a very important thing in our family. Contact Brandon Cruz for your plumbing and heating needs. That's Mustang Plumbing and Heating, 101 Main Street in George, 475-2661.
Well, we're back. It's 8.5 minutes until the second half tip-off here. And it's Craig Johnson alongside Kenny Schilling bringing you this second half of the doubleheader. And we're joined in the booth right now by head coach of the GLR girls team, Coach Heather Grafing. Good game tonight, Coach.
Yeah, we'll, in the Siouxland Conference, we'll take a win any way we can get it. So
that's a 57-50 win, and according to our unofficial stats, it looked like you had Taylor Carstensen and Keely Cruz both with 17, and a great response from Danielle Eben as well tonight with 10 points, and all the other contributions from all of the other players on the court were very significant as well.
Definitely, and one of the things we wanted to do tonight was get our post play jump started. Taylor had a double-double. She had 12 rebounds, 17 points, and that's the kind of night Taylor can have. She's, she plays hard both ends of the floor. We actually had, I think in the official stat book, I think they had Danny for 8. If that was wrong and she has 10, that's wonderful. Because if that's the case, then Danny also had a double-double. So to have your 4 and 5 players, both that close to having a double-double, that's pretty cool. You talked about some contributions. Mariah Tahart comes off the bench as a freshman for us, and she just gives us some solid minutes. She doesn't try to do too much. She just plays hard. Keely Cruz, again, had a big night for us. This is the second night that she's had 3 3-pointers, and that just makes us tough when teams try to scout us. You've got to honor that outside shot of hers. We've seen what she can do, and she does a great job of balancing, some outside shots with some inside things. But overall, everybody's doing something. We've had 2 close games now, and when you're getting those close games like that, to come out of there with a W is a big confidence booster for these kids. So I hope this is all going to pay off here as we go.
Well, it was an entertaining game to watch, and we noticed that there's a theme this first 2 games of this year coming out of that halftime locker room. Any insight you could share that would be family friendly on the air?
I think there's 2 themes. I think one theme is we can't go into the locker room with a lead. And then our other theme would be the third quarter, we always get the lead back. And you know, we got to figure out how to keep that lead once we get it. You know, that's something that's going to come with time. You know, I think our biggest thing right now is, you know, we've got to learn when to kick it on and when maybe pull it back a little bit. Sometimes we try to play a little bit too fast for what the situation warrants. But, you know, I gotta give the kids credit. When they come out of that halftime in the locker room, you know, and honestly, you know, there's not a lot I have to say to them. They know. And they knew going into halftime that we ended the second quarter and weren't playing like we should. And I didn't have to say a whole lot. And they're talking to each other in the locker room saying, guys, this has got to be better. But when they come out like they do the third quarter, you know, that's pretty encouraging as a coach to see a group of girls, even though they're behind. And, you know, Okoboji hit that 3-point shot at the buzzer right before halftime. You know, gave them a lot of momentum going into halftime, and our girls could have just rolled over. I tell you what, that I think motivated them just as much as Okoboji, and they always respond well. You know, I can't say anything about their efforts. They work hard. I think right now to get to the next level, we just have to know as a team, you know, when do we slow up, when do we pick up. You know, sometimes we get going fast and there's no opportunities there, but we try to force it. And that's going to come with time and experience. We got a lot of young kids on the floor, but right now we're doing it and we're getting W's, and that's a pretty good thing.
That's a good thing to. It's got to be encouraging to your staff and to your players to know that they can pull off a win, and it'll be fun to watch them. They have a lot of aggressive defense and a lot of go-getter attitude, and it's fun to watch the whole team, but it's really fun to watch those freshmen when they come in and to contribute the kind of minutes that they did. And I think Mia and Mariah were both in the game tonight, and I think Mariah had a couple of really big rebounds there. I think Danielle towards the last had her 5th foul, and she came in and took the spot on the block and got that rebound off of that next free throw, and just a great contribution from
that's big. One of our concerns coming into this season was who's going to fill that 4-5 spot off the bench for us. Who's that third post going to be? You know, we knew we had to give our post a break. We were looking at different things, 4-out, 1-in offenses, things that we might do since we have a lack of that size in there. And Mariah's just answered, and you know, her efforts have allowed us to play the way we want to play. You know, and just knowing when she goes on the floor, you know, she doesn't play like a freshman. When she goes on the floor, she's gonna maintain things. She's gonna hold things for us, and she makes us better when she's out there. She's gonna give Danny and Taylor that 2 minutes of breathe time that they need, and then she comes off the floor, and you know, that's. For me right now, Mariah is really a big factor as far as us playing the kind of game that we want to play. I'm still waiting for that game. I've seen these girls, you know, a lot of them I've worked with for years. You know, some of these young kids a couple years now. But I'm excited for the game where everything clicks. I've seen it, and it's coming. But, you know, if you want to see exciting basketball, you wait till those Mia and Taya Graham are on the floor together. And you wait till those two get going together, because those two can play. You know, right now I think both of them just need to get a little more confidence, but they're going to get there. And, you know, to know that they have people around them that play just as hard is pretty encouraging. So, yeah, you know, you gotta appreciate the leadership my seniors are giving us. Abby Eben, Keeley, and Taylor have been wonderful. You know, we got some returning kids. Jess Samble, she needs to be on the floor. When she's on the floor, good things happen. The kid hustles, you know, baseline to baseline. And she does a great job for us. And then, yeah, you mentioned some of our young freshmen and sophomores. And we're going to get there. And it's an exciting team, and I truly believe we're going to go nowhere but up from here.
Yeah, can't say enough about the performance from Keeley Cruz, too, both on the offense and defensive side of the ball. Got her hand into so many passing lanes. I think she had created significant frustration more than once out there on the floor. Took a charge a couple times, at least once for sure, and maybe twice.
And, you know, Keeley does some things that don't get put in a stat book. You know, sometimes the pressure she puts on allows one of her teammates to get a tip and a steal. She just does so many things that there's no stat for, and kids like that are just priceless. The great thing is, you know, that attitude and her you know, level of play is going to rub off on those younger players. She's a great example for them to look at. And I'm just excited to see, you know, every night we just look a little bit better. So
it was encouraging too to see, as we're about to wrap up this halftime,
it was great to see some really good passes inside to Carstensen tonight, and her ability to convert those to points was a great thing to see.
We need post touches in there. We've got some very talented posts on the inside. Our hope is that then they'll start looking at those post players and they'll start kicking them out and letting our shooters do what they do. So, and I just want to thank you guys. This is awesome. I've had a lot of people compliment this radio stuff, and we absolutely love it. So we thank you guys so much for taking the time on all the technology you have here to make this possible. We really appreciate it.
We're delighted to do it. Thanks for joining us in the booth, Coach. That's Coach Heather Grafing of the GLR girls, and they're coming off of a nice win tonight in the 57-50 range. That's their second win of the season in 2 games, and so they have a lot to be thankful for the week right after Thanksgiving. And I think the GLR Mustangs have a lot to be thankful for, that this score is not more than 8 points in their deficit. They ended up with a lot of defensive plays that kept the Pioneers to 25 points.
Yeah, we had plenty of decent looks at the basket, but it was just one of those halves where, like you said, seemed like there was a lid on the basket. Just couldn't get anything to fall, so hopefully they can turn that around in the second half.
We are sure hoping so. You can hear the Mustang pep band under the direction of Miss Smith over there. The GLR fans are all on their feet, and we're ready to start the second half of this men's matchup here in the doubleheader tonight. Again, Craig Johnson alongside Kenny Schilling, and hey, it's been fun so far.
Oh, so far it's been a great time.
We've got 16 minutes to go before this is in the final ink in the scorebook.
Yeah, and it's not over by any means. So
let's see what kind of adjustments the Mustangs may have made in the locker room. Head coach Kurt Schilling.
A little bit different starting lineup in the second half. Looks like we have Evan Voss on the floor in place of Reed Guzzi that started the game. So Evans had to miss a few practices the past week or so. He had an uncle that was involved in a serious car accident, and I think they've made a lot of trips to Sioux Falls, and so he might have missed a few practices. So let's just hope he can play well the second half.
He's a really good rebounder, and he's got a great work ethic out there on the court. Let's see if he can make some big contributions in this half. Okoboji brings it down, tries a free throw jumper, and that is no good. Versteeg gets it over to Voss. Voss gets his own rebound, gets it back out to Wiertsma, and Wiertsma is going to be called for a charge, trying to drive into the lane. I think he knocked Severson over. It looks like Severson was kind of shaking his elbow after that.
Yeah, it looked like he might have a little bit of a stinger.
That's inadvertent pass, gets back into the hands of Okoboji. Severson, really a lanky, long presence out there on the court. Somehow he takes that rebound out of the hands of the Mustangs. I think that Horseman went to get that one and tip it back in, and he's...
I think his foot was on the line and when he grabbed the ball, so
we've got almost a minute in the books already, no change in the score yet. Okoboji now to Nielsen, to Bergeson. We've got Keaton Jones in the matchup. Nielsen tries a layup, no good. That's tipped out of bounds now.
They're fighting hard down low. They're really pushing and shoving for position. Refs are letting them play a little bit.
So Evan Voss inbounds it to Hayengay. Hayengay's bringing it across the timeline. He gets it to Tanner Versteeg. It's a tremendous pressure defense here by Okoboji. Versteeg gets a nice hop stop there, but his shot does not go. 6:40 on the clock, 25-17, favor of Okoboji.
Nice look at the basket there by Tanner, just kind of rolled off. So
Nielsen driving to the right side. Bergeson top of the key. Looks right, looks left. Down to Ohl, down to Severson. Drives into the lane.
Has a nice look at the basket, but no go, and Evan Voss there with the rebound. We get it to Voss on the left wing. Over to Wiertsma. Hayengay. Tanner Versteeg, nice 15, 16, maybe 17 footer. Nonetheless, it's good, and it's 19 points now in the books for the Mustangs. 25 for Okoboji. 5:50 left in the third period. Into Severson in the lane, defended by Korselman. Shot no good.
Mustangs are playing good defense. We just need to convert on the other end.
Hayengay almost loses control of it. Gets it out to Evan Voss for a three-pointer. No good. Korselman controls the rebound. Gets it over to Hayengay. Takes a shot from about the block of the lane. And he is fouled in the process, puts it up off the glass and in. So it's 25-21. This is a good start to the half for the Mustangs. And now a free throw. That's up and no good. Severson controls the rebound for Okoboji. Old to Bergeson. Screened off by Severson. Keaton Jones drives it in. Hit kind of a stutter step, but never picked up his dribble, and he got across the lane and had what amounts to a layup for him. And he's fouled in the process. Going to have one free throw. Jones listed as a 6'5" freshman. No, sorry, forward. F is for forward, Kenny, not for freshman. 12th grader.
And that foul was on Austin Hayengay, and that's his third.
That free throw's up and no good. Korselman controls the rebound. Hayengay driving top of the key. Versteeg had one too many steps before he put the shot up, so he's called for a travel. 27-21, 5:04 left on the clock. Okoboji in the lead here. Tyler Ohl brings it across to Bergeson. Into Severson in the lane, turns around to the left. Ohl back out to the left wing, to the right wing. Bergeson drives it into the lane. We've got some calls for three, but it usually takes at least 3 seconds for that to get called.
Foul on Jesse Korselman. That's his second. Team's third.
Third team foul. Bergeson into, that's Papama in now for the Pioneers. Keaton Jones, nice left leave pass there for Papama. Good hustle by Hayengay to knock the ball out of bounds. Going to belong to the Pioneers still. Papama going to inbound it right underneath us here at the GLR Gymnasium. Gets it into Bergeson, who has to cross the timeline again. 4:20 left on the clock. Right side over to top of the key to Severson. Top of the key to Nielsen. He's going to try to drive in. Stolen away handily by Versteeg. Tries a layup. He's fouled, misses the layup, and is fouled by Papama, I believe. 23 is indeed Dalton Papama.
That's his first.
So Tanner Versteeg at the line shooting two here. First one up on the way and good. Ben DeMuth in to the lineup, replacing Nielsen for Okoboji. Versteeg taking his second free throw now. That one's up, no good. Severson controls the rebound. Bergeson brings it across the timeline for the Pioneers over to Papama. Severson down underneath. Tries a left-handed shot in the lane, blocked by Wiertsma, but there is a foul called.
It's on Jesse Korseman. That'll be his third.
Looks like Hilbrands will be coming in probably to relieve him. First free throw on the way from Severson, and that's good. It is indeed Jake Hilbrands in for Korseman. 28-22, 3:55 on the clock. Second free throw on the way, up and good. Hayengay breaks the pressure. He's going to bring it right through the middle. Gets a nice pass into Wiertsema right under the basket for a layup. 29-24. 5-point lead for the